sack.
Well, I might have misspoke.
Well, now they're not happy with Jackson as the poll is not functioning properly.
What is it? What's the beef?
Hey, you dumbass!
I didn't realize how bad I am.
I love boobs.
Mind if I just watch you have sex?
Huh?
God, there's so many things Lauren did.
She's special.
Hey, yeah, so Kenny Stroh's got this fake cast he does. He said it was not going to be 60, man. What do you think about that?
What are you asking him for? He doesn't know me. Who's Casper?
Huh?
Oh, there's no question some are better than others. And we'll be the judge of yours.
Interviewed her, and she seemed enamored. There's only one person in this whole conglomerate of Hubbard that has their own line, and that is the Learn line.
I don't know that a lot of gals want a giant ass. What are you talking about? You're the girth guy.
We'll have a sex.
Huh?
But just so you know, I'm not joking.
Hi, Iggy.
I have a mild fondness for Prego.
Huh?
Sharing a boy martini? I don't know.
I could be the next Tommy Hilfiger.
I don't care.
But
I don't care.
Can you hear me?
Huh?
Thanks, ass. Get your shine box, Big Dallas Daddy, and bring your ass over here and shine my shoes.
Not beyond me to come do work. So I was too good of a producer.
Winter Golf Guy is as bad as it gets.
Just don't lip sync. Do it live like Lady Gaga did. I know, that stuff doesn't interest me.
I mean, I'm not necessarily the easiest cat to have come to your abode.
Well, me?
Even far away, that's fine for Daddy.
Huh?
That was Iggy's Drops of the Week, presented by The Post.
Stay posted, my friends.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan. The Ryan Kelly Morning After exists because of the name on the show, and that's Ryan Kelly. You have been our title sponsor for a decade. You are the one we thank, and many people around town, the one that gets the blame for the show.
I do get the blame, too. I get all the glory and all the blame. I got to tell you, it's just humbling to hear what you just said. I remember I started with the text line sponsorship, and then after the first day, I go, I'll take the whole show. I love it so much. And refinance or buying a house, project, go anywhere else, visit thehomeloanexpert.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Hey, St. Louis, it's that time of year again. That's right, it's mullet season. At Burr Cutlery, it's business in the front and party in the back. You can swing down to the hill and check out the showroom in the front with all the best kitchen knives available, including the brand new Wusthof knives. And then you head to the back where the real party begins. Back there, they will sharpen all of your kitchen knives and have them slicing like they're brand new again. So let the party begin with Burr Cutlery. Check them out at 1927 Marconi Avenue. Give them a call at 314-664-4005 or visit them online at burrellyco.com.
Tullamore Dew is one of the best known and most loved Irish whiskeys in the world. Founded in 1829 in the town of Tullamore and inspired by early owner Daniel E. Williams, whose initials live on each bottle to this day. As one of the world's top 2 Irish whiskeys, Tully prides itself on exceptional liquid quality. The original triple blend of malt whiskey, grain whiskey, and pot still whiskey come together to create an unrivaled taste and character like no other in the category. Tullamore Dew, Irish whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York, New York. Please enjoy Tullamore Dew responsibly. If you are a commercial property manager, property owner, small business owner, or are involved in operations, listen up. Engineer Design Facilities has become the #1 commercial fire alarm service provider in the market. EDF's goal is to not increase your operating budget, but rather decrease it, and at the same time service your business's commercial fire alarm needs with the most experienced and competent technicians this region has to offer. Make sure your building is up to code. Email fire@edf-rg.com to schedule your systems evaluation today. That's fire@edf-rg.com. Enterprise Contracting is your locally owned and operated storm damage insurance claims specialist in roofing, siding, and gutter replacement and repair. They can help evaluate your home for storm damage from hail and wind that the St. Louis area continually receives year-round. Work with the great Connor Lee at Enterprise Contracting. Give them a call and just mention the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 HD2 FM at 314-455-5000. That's 314-455-5000. This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago and they still own. And it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com. Hey, this is Tim McKernan for Design Air Heating and Cooling. I am a very happy client. Design Air Heating and Cooling and Seth Goldcamp and his incredible staff, which you can find online at designairservice.com. Retribution.com. Just go to the website, click on the Book Now tab, and any issues you may be having with your HVAC system, they will take care of immediately. The customer service, second to none. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling. Online at designairservice.com.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, The Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
7:07 in St. Louis. You are listening to Ryan Kelly, Morning After on 105.7 HD2 FM, The Potted Plant, TMASTL.com, The Morning After STL app, YouTube.com/TMASTL. Welcome to the Munganis St. Louis Acura Alton Toyota 7 o'clock hour from the Michelob Ultra Studios. Timothy Michael McKernan, Douglas Elvin Vaughn, Kenneth Iggy Strode, Action Jackson, and the Plowhawk with you on the presentation. Come on in, friends. The water is warm. You can call in by dialing 636-9004-TMA, Steve Schmidt Kia, North County phone lines. Text in the Engineer Design Facilities, text inbox 314-881-TMA5, or email in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Design Air Heating and Cooling, the official HVAC provider of the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Seth Goldcamp and his staff have taken great care of us for a long time, and we recommend you do business with them as well. Get your air conditioning tuned up. Design Air Heating and Cooling is online at designairservice.com. Will was over at my house a couple of days ago tuning up the air conditioning, and we recommend you get your air conditioning tuned up as well at Design Air Heating and Cooling. All you need to do is go online at designairservice.com. And there's a Book Now tab that opens up, and then you're immediately talking with Design Air, and you can schedule one of their outstanding service techs to come and work with you and tune up your air conditioning for the warm weather. Don't wait until it gets super hot to take care of your air conditioning. Work with Design Air Heating and Cooling immediately. DesignairService.com, the official HVAC provider of the Ryan Kelly Morning After and the Tim McKernan Show podcast, the great Seth Goldcamp, and the great Will, for that matter. Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com, the official HVAC provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show. Doug, let's get right into it.
Okay.
Cardinals win.
Yeah. It pitches a little high, Lopez. Get it down now. Get it down. A little high. It's up in my eyeballs. You don't need to be throwing that high. Threaten my career, my life. Get it down. Oh, here we go. Stubby Clapp got in there, pulled Alonso down, and Alonso saying, if I wanted to send someone to the hospital, I could. Man, there's some bad blood between these two outfits. Nice. And we'll see him hook up again next month.
I think we ought to do a remote from Citi Field.
You think? I bet there'll be some nervous hitters early on in that game. Maybe not. Maybe they'll wait to see if it's a lopsided game before they start throwing at each other.
Lopsided doesn't work.
Okay. Maybe not a close game.
Here is Pete Alonso after the game saying the pitch was nowhere near Nolan Arenado's head. Doug, I don't know what you saw.
Oh, it's a little high. A little high. Get it down if you're going to throw at me.
I mean, getting domed up isn't fun. It's obviously not safe. It's dangerous, and there's consequences, whether it's on purpose or not. And we're going to stand up for ourselves. And I'm totally for standing up. I'm not just for standing up for myself. I'm totally for standing up for teammates. But kind of what happened today, it just didn't make sense. The ball wasn't even close. And I mean, it's something got started for no reason. It wasn't even close. I know it's a 5-run ball game, but like we're trying to come back. To me, the whole thing didn't even make sense.
Did he say getting domed up?
I like that. You ever get domed up?
No, I never got hit in the head with a pitch. Mm-hmm.
And then he was taken down by Stubby Clapp in the brawl. Here is what Pete Alonso had to say about that.
Hit the lever plowsy.
Look at you. What was going through your mind in that moment?
Well, I mean, again, I got pulled from behind. Actually, Genesis Cabrera grabbed me by the back of the collar, and then he just ripped down, and then the coach just kind of jumped on me, and I thought that was kind of cheap going from behind. I mean that's if you want to hold me back, if you want to restrain me, go at me like a man.
The Cardinals manager just said that he actually had no issue with the way the coach tackled you to the ground. Just what's your reaction to that?
Well, I mean, I totally understand because I'm a big guy, I'm a big, strong guy, and obviously the manager wants to have protection for his team and his staff, and I totally get it. And for me, like, I'm a big, strong guy. They don't know, like, my temper. They don't know what I could do. I mean, if I wanted to put someone in the hospital, I easily could, but I was just out there trying to protect my guys.
Okay, just a big, strong guy. Just a big old fan, just like you.
Just pat himself on the back.
They don't really want to fight. They want to push. And then when the pushing comes, some guys want to be heroes and grab people and push them back, sometimes a little too far.
Watch this. Push him back.
Push them back, way back.
Wonderful.
There's always that guy in the fight that wants to be the peacemaker, and he goes too far. You know, he grabs somebody and, like, backs him up all the way to the dugout and won't let him go. Stop.
Doug, would you be interested in doming me up? Thanks, Mudfingies.
After the Mets were hit again, I mean, you knew it was coming. And I think WFA and Craig Carton, they were actually watching the game, and they called it. There's a clip somewhere where after the Mets got hit, he goes, that's the fifth time. He goes, you know who's coming up in the next inning, 5-run lead? Their best guy, Nolan Arenado, he's getting hit.
It was predicted on Balloon Party yesterday, around 10:50.
Yeah.
Figured it was coming.
Should have your clip up there.
I'd figured it would come, and I figured it would be one of the Cardinal star players. Here is actually, we do have the audio, Iggy, of Carton and the show's WFAN's Carton and Roberts, and they predict that Nolan Arenado will be thrown at and live react to the brawl.
Hit the lever plow.
Down 10-5, Cardinals are going to come to bat in the bottom of the 8th. You got to hit somebody. It's time.
When the bottom of the 8th inning starts, a guy who's gone 3 for 3 today will be leading off for the St. Louis Cardinals. That guy's name is Nolan Arenado.
Hit him. This is the perfect situation to drill Nolan Arenado in the leg, the ass, wherever, right?
I've had no problem with him.
So you agree with me? Another Met just got hit.
Yeah.
All right, which even leads more to this. Who got hit? I didn't see
J.D. Davis.
J.D. Davis just got hit with a pitch.
He got hit in the leg or the foot, and it looks like he's in considerable pain.
So the first pitch to Arenado came in high and tight.
And guess what?
Here we go.
The benches have emptied.
And the fight is fun.
You're the man. You're the man. And you know what, Nolan Arenado? Shut your mouth.
That's
you
right.
weren't even drilled. You knew it was coming up and in, and guys are on the ground rolling around with each other.
Well, it's good for a baseball
we
fight.
We both got what we wanted,
That's
Craig.
it. That's it.
And Pete is aggressive. Alonso wants to fight.
New York, man.
That's New York, yeah.
The Mets have been hit 19 times in 20 games, 3 times in the head. Alonso's got it twice in the head already this year. So you can see why they've kind of had enough. The Cardinals hit him 3 times.
The issue is throwing high.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, if they think that Alonso was hit high intentionally, that's one thing. I mean, Starling Marte was pissed off when he got hit with the bases loaded 2 nights ago in a 2-run game in the 9th inning. If that, but again, I understand you're pissed. You get hit. That's the natural reaction. You can't chastise somebody for their natural reaction, but this was calculated. He's getting high fives when he comes in off the field, and he's throwing it ahead. I mean, that just doesn't work. Just like the Cardinals, who hit Alonso in the head? Do you recall? Is it Puente?
No, it was
Whitley.
Helsing.
Helsley.
No, it was Whitley.
So,
with a changeup, I think that got away, right?
Yeah.
So premise being, or Arenado acknowledged he knew it was coming. The issue is when you're throwing that high. The way that a guy gets thrown at, it's standard. He turns, he takes it in the lower back or on his thigh or however the hell it goes down. And you throw it the head, that's a different deal. I think if he just got hit in the back, I don't think he does anything. He'd be pissed, but he knew it was coming. When you go that high for the retribution shot, that's a different deal.
Yeah, I agree. I think if he knew it was coming.
And he did. He said so.
If you get hit in the leg or the butt or whatever, you just kind of smile. especially if you knew it was coming. If you get thrown at your head, yeah, you react that way. Yeah. La Russa would have been throwing punches.
Yeah, screaming for sure. I don't think I've seen a punch thrown maybe since that Cincinnati game with Brandon Phillips years ago. It's pretty much all just yelling and pushing and wrestling around. But it is dangerous. I mean, you get hit with a ball going mid-90s or higher. Wherever it hits you, in the head, it can be career-threatening. But wherever it hits you, it hurts like hell.
Did anybody get kicked out of the game at all?
Yes.
Arnado and Clapp.
Okay. All I saw was a replay, and I saw Arnado go back to the batter's box. But none of the pitchers got thrown. Is that out the window now? If you get warned and you hit somebody, you don't go out of the game anymore? If you get hit 5 times in a series, then you get thrown in the head and nobody gets kicked out as far as pitchers?
I don't know. It's up to the umpire, I guess.
The Davis one hit him in the foot. A little different.
Yeah. I think the Mets have been hit so many times that wherever they get hit, and whoever hits them and whatever the situation is, they're mad about it now. I guess they think they're being hit on purpose. I don't think they are, for the most part anyway. But I guess when you get hit once a game or so, they're tired of it.
Well, it was a nice W.
It was a nice little W for our side. Yeah, we're right back.
Are you
in this
unhappy
thing.
this morning?
Me?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Just being brief. That's why I asked.
I didn't like walking up 3 flights of stairs.
Here we go. I picked up a read. Listen, I've got 10-9 suited. I'd like to see a flop, but I felt like I might be able to take the pot down just by firing a little bet.
Really?
Yeah, so I fired the bet, but I wasn't sure about it.
Apparently they had a little water problem here, maybe, and the low level of the building is wet. And there's guys there with dehumidifiers and fans trying to dry it out. And they said the elevator wasn't working, so we had to walk up, not 3 flights, but two levels.
Well, that second flight is like a flight and a half.
Okay. You still worn out by it?
No, I'm fine.
I was worn out a little bit when I first walked in here.
Well, your legs, when you don't do a lot.
Jelly-legged, that's what we are.
What's it called? Atrophy?
Nurse?
Atrophy.
When you just kind of lay around, do nothing for a long time. Well, then I got to walk upstairs. The legs aren't working.
Yeah. Came back to bite you,
We played golf yesterday. I walked quite a bit yesterday.
Yeah, 2 flights of stairs shouldn't get you.
No, I'm fine.
But it's the atrophy. Muscle atrophy.
The legs are kind of jelly when you get up 2 flights. You got to kind of shake them out.
But now you're just madder than a hornet.
I'm not really mad.
Oh.
I don't know. That's a good read on Tim's part, though, because I didn't think I acted mad. I was just talking about people getting hit by balls.
But you're still very sour about this elevator being down.
No, hopefully it'll be fixed.
I think what you're mad about
fountain's not working either.
is you're heading down there at least 2 more times to smoke.
Well, that's
and you're faced with that walk back up.
Good call, Doug.
Yeah, well, that's only one flight.
We're all reading souls right now.
That's only one flight. I park in the garage, so you're on the bottom floor. The smoking is only going to go up 1 flight. You got to go up to 2.5 flights.
Yeah.
Got to prepare yourself.
Well, maybe today's the day you quit smoking.
It was different it's probably age. It's different when you got a bag on your shoulder and carrying your fish.
Oh, you got fish, do you?
Yeah, so when I got on the smoke, I got nothing in my hands.
Okay.
Do you have fish today?
I brought in some grouper.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I cooked last night at like 8 o'clock.
What's it seasoned with, boy?
I did a little Cajun seasoning.
Cajun?
Not too hot, Doug. I don't like a lot of heat, but nice flavor.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, you got about 9 pieces of it.
About 9 pieces of grouper. Yeah. That's nice. I like the fish that he brings in, that's for sure. I like to cook it here, but apparently everyone else has a problem with it.
I'd warm it up just for the hell of it. We haven't done it in a while.
All right.
And then I'll videotape me boning the fish.
That was already filleted. Late start, no cooking show, because we played golf yesterday. It was kind of late. I just cooked it. Didn't film it.
Well, how long does the cooking show take?
I just didn't want to screw with it.
Okay.
Guys, Iggy walked a lot yesterday to and from the cart. That's from Brad, and he's in Boca. The show's picking up listenership in South Florida.
Yeah.
I didn't see you at Glen Echo yesterday. Boca?
Talking to Brad?
Boca? I didn't know how much I walked. Actually,
Brad, you can call in Steve Schmidt Kia North County phone line 636-9004 TMA. And you can tell us how you played yesterday at Glen Echo.
Yeah,
I did not see you. I think I saw you over on 11. Yeah. That's that long par 3, Doug.
I don't know.
200, was it 230?
I don't know the yardage.
Into the teeth of the hawk, too.
Yeah, I laid up halfway.
Well, even when you take a cart, you still walk probably a mile at least.
Not if it's 90-degree rule.
Well, I bet you do. By the time you park it and you walk to the green and you walk back, you do that 18 times.
Well,
I bet you walk a
we
mile.
play with Mark Milton, and him and I were like on opposite sides of the fairway and rough all day long. So there are a lot of times I just grabbed a club and said, "I go to walk up."
Doug, we had some of, if you are not following TMA_STL on Instagram, you can look at some of the highlights from yesterday's festivities. What do you want to see? You want to see number...
I don't need to see any of it, really.
You want to see number 6?
I'd like to see Mark Milton swing a club. I guess I haven't seen that.
His shot dispersion at this moment is higher than I think he wants it. His short game is not where it needs to be. But under a critical set of circumstances from number 13 to number 17, he executed flawlessly and really gave Jackson and I what I describe as the high hard one.
Oh, did he?
Now, there were a couple of golf holes out there. I had to give him, what do you call them, poppy seeds? 2 poppy seeds on one hole.
Yeah.
I had to do that a couple times. That's not optimal. But, you tip your cap and you move on. But suffice it to say, it was a sleepless night last night, and that wasn't just because I was a delicate little power bottom.
Oh, so Milton took your measure, did he?
He did. Yeah. I owe him money, which is why I hit the Plowhawk up for money earlier this morning.
Scrambling percentage was through the roof.
Yeah, he showed his card, and that 13 through 70, he birdied. What was that, 13?
I birdied, Doug, what is the short downhill par 3?
I haven't played there in 30 years.
It was pretty impressive.
I think it's 14, 15's a very gettable par 4, 16's one of the toughest holes on the property, 17's gettable, and 18's a difficult golf hole. Yeah, and he nearly aced it, honestly. I mean, it's a wedge, but still, hey, nice shot. Tip your cap.
Who does he play?
Doug, let's pull it up. Here's the Michelob Ultra Fan Page Club Championship Plowhawk, courtesy of Iggy. Can observe he's got Dave Caston.
Yeah. Dave Casper.
You've watched Dave Casper play.
Oakland Raider tight end.
That's correct.
Yeah, very good player.
And he moved to St. Louis, like so many people on the coast are doing, for the climate and the progress. And he's playing pretty well right now. But Mark's going to get a lot of poppy seeds.
Yeah.
He's very active on the fan page. Not Mark, but his opponent.
Dave Caston.
I've already congratulated Mark Cooper on his win Sunday.
Cooper?
Cooper Cup?
I can't beat anybody.
No.
So you're not even going to play?
You have forfeited?
I'll play, but I'm not going to win.
That's the attitude. There you go. That's the spirit.
There was one hole. Iggy couldn't find his ball, so he got out of the cart with just his driver in his hand, and I was questioning what the process would have been if he found the ball.
We did capture driver off the deck on that Instagram feed. Doug, let's pull up number 6.
Oh, brother.
Or is that number 8? It's number 8, actually. It's number 8. I'm sorry. Number 8. Par 5. It's a golf hole that certainly most players can reach in 2. In this case, Jackson, you were getting a poppy seed. Iggy was getting a poppy seed, and Mark Milton was getting a poppy seed. Iggy, as you can see, Doug, look at that tee shot. The cut was just so perfect, right into the middle of the fairway, and it was bombed. But Iggy, you decided to take driver off the deck, and that is up on the TMA Instagram feed. I think it's on the fan page as well. And driver off the deck, an aggressive move. Can't afford to go long, Doug. You're going to go into a neighbor's yard. Plus, that green is so sloped from back to front. Many people have compared number 8's green at Glen Echo to number 9 at Augusta National. So, Iggy, you choose to hit driver off the deck. Some people were alarmed by that just in general, but then also with a steep swing, it's going to be tough to hit that driver. Brand new club off the deck, courtesy of PGA Pro. Dan, your analysis on what transpired and the thought process to bring your driver into your hand.
Well, I like the stealth, the tailor-made stealth that PGA Pro Dan gave me.
Here we go, Doug.
I hit.
Why did he give it to you?
I had some because he knows how to promote TaylorMade and sell the hell out of it.
Is that
and that, of course, that's of course on the books here at Hubbard Radio.
Way to cover your tracks.
That's our lead story here today.
Pepper and Jeannie might be delayed by a meeting with management today.
FCC commission.
Yeah, or the commission will be here.
Well, let's talk about clubs I play.
That wasn't quite
Exactly
right.
it.
Promoting anybody.
Fish you cook.
I'm just saying,
Glasses you get.
I wore a TaylorMade hat the other day.
Nice.
You see it, TaylorMade.
That's not a $600 club.
And his rotation through.
Yeah. Well, the process is that Jackson is getting a pop.
Okay.
And he's only like 20 in front of me. 20.
I mean, you bombed it.
I did. But still, I figure Jackson is either going to be short, up and down. He'll get 5, net birdie. I have no choice.
5-4, Doug. 5-4 with that poppy seed.
Yeah, I have no choice. I mean, I have to.
Mark had fired a press. They were already dormy on the front, so I get it. I mean, it's time to be aggressive. But driver off the deck instead of 3-wood.
It was a
good lie.
Okay. And that fairway was lush. So, I mean, if I hit it solid, it's probably close to the green, but I nutted it. I brought up a divot 2 feet long behind the ball.
Ball wound up traveling about 40 yards with the driver as a lot of turf was unfortunately taken up. And, Doug, I think without that downhill roll, it probably goes about 8-9 yards.
My suggestion is if you're going to use a driver in the fairway, you wait until everyone else there is not looking, and you put that ball on a tee.
Yeah, getting that's Fan Page Club Championship.
Yeah, my dad used to do that. My dad had teed up in the fairway.
Now, I think it's important to note that with the driver is on the hole prior on 7.
Let's pull up 7.
Oh, I hit a
He hit a net 1 yard drive.
Well, you're right, Jackson. Number 7 is a very difficult golf hole, Doug. It is the number 1 handicap. And just to your left on the tee box is the 6th green. And Iggy's tee shot here, if you're watching it, you'll catch that branch right there flush, and it bounces backwards about 40 yards and lands gently about 10 feet below the hole in the 6th green with a couple of players walking up. And they were, candidly, they were alarmed.
I bet they were. You drove into them, didn't you?
No,
accidentally.
No, I think it was more than 40. I think the tree was like 80 yards in front of me. And how do you hit a tree 80 yards and it bounces back 80 yards?
I mean, you plunked that branch dead on. It was like a backboard.
So I moved it, and I dropped it, and they told me, they said, could you politely take that further away from the green when you drop it? That was like on the fringe. I wanted a good line. So, yeah, that was a drive that went about 5 yards. Technically.
Jesus.
Yeah, it wasn't a good day for me. It was just, I'm happy with the driver. When I square it up, Tim, I do hit it.
Yeah,
long.
It was long, man.
And I'm trying to get away from the cut, so I've been practicing a little, try to play a little right to left or straighter shot. So
I'm against going away from the cut. The cut is your patented move.
Doug, how do you feel about him getting away from the cut, maybe a more right to left ball
When we
flight?
say cut, what we really mean is slice, right?
A butter cut.
No, I got a butter cut. But sometimes it's, I just as soon hit it straight. It goes further.
Hey, Paola Pumpkin, no one wants to hear about your lousy round of Hoosier golf. That's from Nate Doug, and he's in Tallahassee and just never particularly happy with
It's
the
hard
show.
to argue with him.
Well, I don't really care what you want to listen to. Tim brought up golf. We're talking golf. Come back in a minute.
I don't know that I necessarily brought it up, but we are discussing it, Nate. That is correct. And Doug, the video is up on TMA_STL on Instagram if you'd like to take a gander. And I know you kind of evaluated some of the swings. Any thoughts on Iggy's swing plane?
I didn't evaluate any of it. I didn't see any of it.
Way too steep.
I like the shirt being tucked in with a belt. I thought that was a good look.
He went white belt, tribute to Brian Gay.
Yep.
Well, they have to at country clubs.
Well, I know. I just thought it was a good look.
I just as soon wear it out with no belt, but
That's official country club policy is no shirts untucked.
Almost everyone I've played at it is. They even told me as I got out of the cart that you got to tuck your shirt, and I said, well, as soon as I get out of my car.
They got a Ranger that goes around.
Someone tapped on your window.
You want me to tuck it in while I'm sitting here?
Wow. So you kept it tucked in the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind.
You looked dapper yesterday.
I just feel more comfortable with it.
Doug, do you see you look like a little Justin Thomas busman?
Little busman.
I didn't see it. Yeah, with the haircut, you do definitely look like a busman.
It was a fun day. Thanks for Mark for inviting us out there.
Some people are unhappy about you flicking a cigarette, Iggy. A number of texts
Figured that was going to be an issue.
and comments on the YouTube chat. Would you like to address that? That has been problematic for you.
Well, yeah, that was for the camera. If you notice what I said, where's the first tee and what's the course record? And then I flicked a cigarette. What you didn't see after that is I hit my drive, picked up my cigarette, finished smoking it, and put it in the cart. So you all want to comment on what you see, but you don't know what happens after that.
Well, they don't want that cigarette on the ground.
What am I supposed to do?
Not smoke.
You want me to hit a drive with it in my mouth?
Yes.
Just
that would be
What
hilarious.
am I going to burn the grass?
No, you have to start hitting shots with the
Well,
cigarette in your mouth.
Well, I did a couple times yesterday.
Doug, somebody has frozen the shot of Iggy
Really? God.
flicking the cigarette
Oh, there he is, yeah. Just go ahead and burn down the course. If you
Yeah,
have
do you
to.
want to? They don't see what happens after that. I hit my drive, I pick up my cigarette and go to the cart.
Excuse me, I'm putting out a cigarette here.
So there were no cigarette butts on the course, but obviously you think you know all.
Oh, this is going to get a band.
And that's basically what John Daly did. John Daly, how he gets ready for a round, he gets out of the cart, he had a Miller Lite, had a cigarette, and said, "Where's the first tee and what's the course record?" And then lit up the cigarette. So I kind of did a John Daly thing there, but.
Now, are you concerned when you put the cigarette on the ground, you got to pick it back up and put it in your mouth? Something's been on the ground?
What? Grass?
Well, who knows?
I used to eat mud pies when I was a kid, so
Ugh.
I'm not going to worry about
Real
that.
mud pies?
Well, we'd make them and then kind of taste them. Didn't really munch down on them, but.
I just don't really want to put anything
You
in
played
my
in
mouth
the
that's been on
dirt, you played in the gutter, you played your army soldiers in the gutter.
We didn't know better back then.
Well, I never got sick. Oh, you touched an army soldier who's in the gutter. Go to the hospital.
No, not touched it.
No,
Put it
now
in your
everything
mouth.
we do, we worry about it. So I'm tired of worrying about things like that. Screw it.
Okay. Remember in the height of COVID, you couldn't put your ball actually in the golf cup.
Yeah.
That's right.
That was
There's
going to
no
get you
foam.
COVID if the ball went into the hole.
I forgot about the
Couldn't
frog.
touch
a little foam.
Couldn't touch the flag. Leave the flag and don't touch it.
Gary Kornfeld, he's a Brentwood Hall of Famer, is he not?
Winning after me, but yeah.
You couldn't just say yes. You couldn't just say sure. He had a heck of a career at Brentwood. You had to turn that to you. After me, maybe. Nothing really matters after your
Hijacking. I was asked a
installation.
question. Anyway, yes, he's a well-deserving Hall of
He
Famer.
just texted me and said, "See what the U-High did for you, Tim? You already knew to tuck your shirt in and put a belt on." That's Gary Kornfeld. Doug, there it is.
Yeah.
St. Louis U-High paying dividends 25 years later.
Brentwood guys don't know that.
So Corny's trashing our high school, saying that Brentwood High School graduates don't know that.
Well, it could be a little on the Hoosier side.
I'm not a Hoosier.
Well, I don't know.
Hoosier, 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 flicking butts on greens is super Hoosier. Nate in Tallahassee.
It kind of is.
Again, I picked it up. God, I didn't know this many people were at Glen Echo yesterday.
Well, they saw that picture that just came out.
Guys, I will only believe Iggy's cigarette explanation if Mark Milton calls in to confirm they rode together the whole round. That's from the 314.
Oh, Milty can attest to that. Afterwards, cleaned out 2 cups of water and picked up my cigarette butts out of the little area there.
Out of what area?
Where you put your
shrubs,
balls, and
Oh, in
fall
golf.
and
the shrub area, they
stuff
moved
like
the-
that.
How many cigarette butts were there?
I don't know, maybe 5.
Oh.
It's getting banty in the Michelob Ultra Studios, and it's only 3 days away from the Fan Page Club Championship. Doug, it's coming. Didn't that whet your appetite yesterday to cover it?
Not in the least, no. I didn't see it. But just hearing you guys talk about it, it doesn't whet my appetite at all. It will not be covered by any of the stations. I don't mean to break anybody's heart here today, gentlemen. I just need to give you a dose of reality.
I hope we have more videos, especially Tim doing play-by-play.
Oh, God. Now
Tim's commentary during these videos is the best. And we only did a few yesterday, but if Tim could do more and do a lot more commentating.
We'll be doing some looping sessions on Monday to get all the play-by-play done.
Oh, yeah, we'll have the... Are we having the drone out there Sunday?
I believe Dogtown Ty is coming out there with the drone.
Yep.
So
And Hubbard
Sean
sending
Barnes, I believe so. Sean Barnes, head pro at Gateway, sent an email on his proposal. So Iggy, Doug, as you know, and I are playing together. And I am playing a gentleman named Craig Williford.
Willsey.
And he'll be getting, I think, 11 or 13 strokes from me, if memory serves. And Iggy, you are getting strokes from Mark Cooper.
Not enough.
Cupper Cup. And we'll all be playing together. And then Jackson and the Plowhawk will also be playing together. Plowhawk, you've got Sean Kirk.
Yeah.
And Jackson, you've got Scott Hetzer.
Word.
And what Sean Barnes' suggestion was to have one of our groups go off first and then one of our groups go off last. And then that way there could be someone from the radio station at the first tee to answer any questions, give out rules. That way that group could also be, therefore done at the end. And then you have the group that goes off first out ahead, and then that group is done and can go out and shoot video and any other matches. So that was his thought process, which I thought kind of made sense. What do you think about that, Jackson?
I think that's the best of both worlds. I vote that Plowsy and I go off last.
I agree.
Time's last tee time because I got a trivia night Saturday night.
You got to let management know about that.
What's that?
The trivia night.
Why?
So is that on Saturday or on Sunday?
Saturday night. So depending on how many beers I have, I'd rather tee off later than.
Yeah.
But you're going to have people in front of you is our whole thing.
And you'll hit into people.
I'm not going to drink a lot. What should I tell management?
Because they're going to love that a sponsored event is going to be dictated by your trivia night the night before.
Well, it's not dictating it. I'll be there. I'm just deciding, do I want to tee off earlier or later? I don't really care. I won't drink that much that night anyway.
Guys, will the No Laying Up crew be live from the Kill House from Gateway Sunday night, or are they going to go back to the Airbnb and Bellefontaine Neighbors for the Fan Page Club Championship broadcast? That's from Kevin's brother, Jack Demoff. Nice driver off the deck, Iggy. Free stealth knockout. That free Callaway soccer ball piss missile. Have you ever heard of piss missile?
No. I don't like
25 yards, nutted it. Absolutely nutted it. That's from Flip Wilson.
No, I hit it bad.
It's a tough shot for any player to execute.
I don't, in that lie, I don't think so.
It was fluffy.
It was a nice, fluffy lie. The ball was sitting up perfectly. I just hit a bad shot.
You were nervous, though, weren't you?
No. Nervous about what?
About this shot.
No, I wasn't nervous at all.
No.
I just hit a bad shot. I hit a little behind it. Quite a bit behind it, actually.
Nerves have been your Achilles heel.
Yeah.
What drop is this? I've
It
never heard that
says
one.
Francesa has a tough time picking the winner at the Honda Classic.
I'm going to go...
And there's a lot of dead air. This is 15,
Let it breathe.
This is 15 seconds.
He's still thinking here.
Michelob Ultra Studios. Munganis, 7 o'clock hour.
There's the breathing
I'm not
that I
kidding.
hear.
This is absolutely raw. It's coming now, but...
So it's still dead air.
Scott Piercy at 50 to 1.
Yeah, good call.
Scott Piercy at 50 to 1. And then my first pick is Brooks Koepka at 11 to 1.
What was your...
Okay.
There it is.
Piercy was, a second pick? Of course, he's never won a golf tournament, and he barely makes cuts. So.
You had to mull it over. Probably the first time we looked at the field.
100%.
Doug, could you tell the audience about our title sponsor? I've got his name is Ryan, and then I've got his last name is Kelly, and I've got him online at thehomeloanexpert.com.
Well, that's who he is, and that's the name of his company. Thehomeloanexpert.com. You're looking to refinance your home? I don't know why you wouldn't if you haven't done that in a few years. Or if you're looking for an original mortgage, you found the house of your dreams, and you want to strike now and get into that house, this is the place you go. You go to thehomeloanexpert.com, get yourself pre-approved. The Home Loan Expert team has pre-approved a record number of borrowers already this year. The competition is fierce, so if you're even thinking of buying a home this year, call the Home Loan Expert team. Get yourself pre-approved today with the 5-minute loan approval only available at thehomeloanexpert.com. If you're a veteran and you qualify for that, the VA loan program is the best option out there. You can buy a house with no money down, and you can cash out refinance up to 100% of your home's appraised value at HeroLoan.com. They cover your appraisal and can close your VA loan in as little as 14 days. Whether you're refinancing a loan or buying a home, visit HeroLoan.com, the only way to VA. Ryan also has special loan programs for teachers and for people that work in a union. If you're a teacher or a union member, when you refinance or get an original loan, you get a $500 gift card upon closing. So check it out. Go to thehomeloanexpert.com, see what Ryan Kelly can do for you. Might be able to save you a whole lot of money. Thank you, Ryan Kelly. Thank you, Sir Mortgage.
Munganis is the sponsor of our 7 o'clock hour and the Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown. Work with Jamie Burkhardt and Clayton Patterson at Munganis, St. Louis Acura.com and AltonToyota.com. Email me, T. McKernan, at InsideSTL.com, and I will connect you with them. DM me on social media, and I will connect you with them. It's Jamie Burkhardt and Clayton Patterson at Munganis. 4 new cars, 4 pre-owned cars, and to get your car serviced. Even if you didn't get your car from Munganis, work with a company we have been working with for a long time here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Doug, you are a huge fan. Tell the audience about it.
About my Munganis car?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I got an RDX now. Oh, it is sweet. It is really a fabulous little SUV. It's quiet. It rides great. The interior, it's got this. It's part black suede and part black leather with some red stripes in it. It's really, really cool. I've had several people say, "What kind of car is that?"
What do you got there, sir?
It's a silver grayish RDX Acura. Man, it is a sweet ride. It's got all the bells and whistles. I found a button now. I just hit that button and tell it what I want to do, and it spits it right out.
Nice.
Go to the nearest gas station. Oh, okay, here it is. Turn right. There it is. There's a gas station. I say, turn to 105.7 HD, and it goes right to the station, starts playing that. It's really amazing, all the bells and whistles it has. Great car and great people at Munganis. You'll say, well, I found my automobile guy. I don't have to keep looking. I know where I'm going to get my cars now. I know where I'm going to get them serviced. They've had me in several cars, from the Toyotas to the Acuras. Everyone is nicer than the next one. I couldn't be happier with every experience I've ever had with the Munganis people.
Munganis, St. Louis, Acura.com, AltonToyota.com, and if you want a direct contact, T. McKernan at InsideSTL.com. Send your emails in for our Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day. Timmy Tom has 3 wins. Jackson, did you go back and listen to the controversial Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day from April 8th?
Yes.
What was the result?
JV golf coach won.
So he should have 2.
He does now. It's in the cabins log. Yes.
Wow, Doug, your response.
Well, this is stunning, shocking.
Changes everything.
Yeah. Yeah. So is he the leader now?
No, Timmy Tom's got 3 of them.
Oh.
And there's only 2 more left for the month of April. And that means, Doug, that Timmy Tom clinches today with a win. JV golf coach can even it up, and only a handful of emailers can force a tie. They are the following: Cal May's oversized T-shirt standing next to Will Perdue. Cal May's oversized T-shirt taking spicy squirrel pictures.
Different guys, I
Cal
guess.
May, that's correct. Cal May's oversized T-shirt posing next to a skiing squirrel. Ellen Foley's golf pro. Ellen Foley at Somalia111.org. Ellen Foley's journalism professor. Ellen Foley's family reunion orgy coordinator. Ellen Foley's investor. Ellen Foley's purchasers of cans of corn. Kenny Wu, you know him. He's number 16.
Woo, Kenny Wu.
Tunnels Talty. Gooch Newton.
Gooch, Gucci Newton.
Doug's microphone shadow.
Yeah.
And then Kevin Miller. They all could still win the month of April, but they're going to have to win the next 2 days to force a tie and then a sudden death playoff on May. Is that May 2nd?
I don't know the dates, Tim.
May 2nd, I think.
You almost get the feeling that Ellen Foley doesn't want the baseball tickets that badly, and she's writing in a different name.
Well, Cal May, too. I mean, their 2 personas have probably won 18.
Yeah. But we can only
have
assume.
one each.
We can only assume they're different people.
Well, they're from out of town.
That's right. Yeah, tickets to the Cardinals and Giants, May 13th, for the celebration of the 40th anniversary of the 82 World Championship team. That is the prize for winning the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the month. Text in 314-881-TMA5. You can watch on YouTube. 211 friends, or 215. 215 now. Unbelievable to see that increase, that spike. And they're talking it over. Let's see. I just can't wait for Ken to light his opponent up on Monday's show after he loses. That's Johnny Johnson.
Well, I won't do that because Mark's a good dude. So we're just going to have fun out there.
Cooper?
Cooper.
Okay.
Cooper Cup. No, we're just going to have fun.
Well, you say that until you lose a heartbreaker. And
I haven't really lit anybody up except for Callahan. But all my other losses, I haven't lit anybody up. I mean, I've blamed myself for missing putts to lose these matches. They aren't beating me. I'm beating myself.
Nerves. You're a victim as much as anything.
A victim of my own putting.
Yeah. And a nervous disorder
But I got
when you
the
stand over a 4-footer.
The Berkmeyer lesson, so I'm fine.
You feel good about it now?
Yeah, except for one yesterday.
Which one do we want to pull up?
I just whiffed a 3.
You missed a putt.
Well,
you missed the putt.
Very first.
Oh, no, number 1.
Yeah. Got off to a good start, just whiffed like a 2.5-footer.
Well, that set a bad tone.
No, but then there was one I was over. I needed one to win the hole, and I just went over and I said, "This is what Skip Berkmeyer has been teaching me," and I knocked in about a 5-footer for the win.
Yeah. Bit of a hijacking.
Those greens are the fastest I've ever put in a long time.
Doug, would you have him on the stimp yesterday?
I didn't get the stimp meter out there.
I mean, I would say 12 and a half at least.
I would have guessed maybe 12 and a half at least.
Jackson had a critical putt on number 18. Mark Milton, what I thought was
not sporting. That's the way I would
Oh, he
describe
wasn't.
it. Not
I concur.
sporting.
He's not very sporting with the IRS either when they come after you.
Well, he showed his penchant for getting after it when money is on the line. As Jackson is standing over the ball. Iggy, would you say that was maybe 3 feet?
Yeah, 3 feet.
To win, I believe it was a $40 putt. Mark Milton said, well, this is a $40 putt here. And then in Jackson's takeaway, I just turned away and I saw this is gonna be a problem.
Yeah, you miss it.
Very wobbly takeaway. The putter went a potpourri of directions in the takeaway, and it was not only missed, didn't even touch the hole, it was blown past the hole.
I blasted it. I gave it all I could. But it's also important to note that I made a couple longer putts to win holes earlier in the rounds. The putting was actually a lot better yesterday.
But once somebody says this is a $40 putt, what you have conveyed to the audience is you are susceptible to that kind of gamesmanship.
Well, when it's said, when I'm basically taking the putter away, I find that to be a little bit difficult to do. You know, it's hard to putt when someone's talking about money while you're about to, strike the ball. I didn't think it was very sporting by Mark, but
wow.
Don't come after the sponsor like that.
We might lose the Mark Milton sponsorship.
Well,
that blood will be on your hands, sir.
He'll be $40 putt. He was jawing me about a ball I found, and
Well, that one that came out of the cemetery.
Oh no! Now another accusation.
No, yeah, the seeds of betrayal were led early.
And he just texted me and said, let's not forget about
see?
Jackson's found ball on number 3. Doug will correct you, Mark. It was actually number 4. Jackson did hit a provisional, but he did find his first ball right out in the middle of the fairway, and that was just great fortune.
Yeah, I was playing bowling with the bumpers on that one because I also hit another hybrid that got a great kick off a tree right into the middle of the fairway on my second shot with the hybrid. But there was a hole where Mark just fired a snap hook dead left past this shed, and then he's got a nice little lie right behind the shed somehow.
You know what, Jackson? You've been suspended. You've been suspended a period of 2 days' time for poor-mouthing the sponsor and for that found ball on number 4. This is the STLTaxLawyer.com suspension logule. Mark Milton will help you with any problem you might have with the IRS, and I don't suppose he's liking what he's hearing out of you right now.
Mark's my guy, and I appreciate him taking us out there yesterday. But accusations were fired. He was just 13 through 17. He was a menace. He was a real burr in our saddle.
I don't think he was happy that I gave you that putt on 18 after you missed it.
He wasn't.
I just said, it's good. I said, I'm not gonna let you miss it for $40. Just push the hole. Let's go.
And Jackson knew he would have missed it.
No, I would have made that one.
I thought he'd make it.
I'll make it.
But I just said,
You're quite a gentleman.
Pick it up. Well, I'm not taking any money from people I work with, so I just don't lose any more. One of you guys got to pay Milton, but
but not you.
I didn't see any money. I don't want any money.
I owe somebody money and get it right away. And I think I owe him $60, if I'm not mistaken.
So we got 50-50 on that, Tim?
I like
to the
Jackson.
30 on to the 30?
So you pushed... I won't pay it, but thank you. That's a gentlemanly offer, sir.
You pushed on 18?
Yes, but there were a lot of presses out there, Plow.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Press after press after press.
Okay, that makes sense. All right. I was just trying to gauge. It sounds like you guys came out of the gate early.
We did, and that was with me not really doing much. And I played decently on the back nine, and Mark Milton was, you tip your cap, Doug. Sometimes you have to tip your cap.
Yeah.
And I tipped my cap.
The putt on 17 is really, that was the backbreaker.
Oh, yeah, that was like 20 feet.
Yeah, that was the backbreaker.
He asked me for a read, and I didn't hear him. He just did it.
Sounds like he didn't
Good
mean
caddying.
I didn't hear him. He said, I was going to ask you for a read. I said, well, you made it. I didn't hear you.
Hey, guys, who is going to do literally everything while Doug has suspended Jackson from the show? Thanks. That's Rich with nipple studs and a full bush.
Well, I've officially appealed the suspension, so I can work through the suspension, and then we'll get to the board probably next month.
Oh, the trial's not for another 6 months.
You can work through 10 o'clock today.
Oh, wow.
And then we'll discuss it.
Oh, Jackson, that might be might be the optimal outcome, actually.
All right,
I guess Rocchio's going to have to stick around for an hour.
Right. Maybe he can get some bucks and sell.
That's Rich with the nipple studs and full bush.
All right, Rich. Well, ask Ellen what we're going to do.
Call her Ellen back to take some shrapnel. Is she on the line?
No, she knows she knows what we do around here, so she'll figure out who's supposed to do Jackson's work.
Man,
Caller Ellen took shrapnel on Pepper and Jeannie yesterday.
Did she?
A little bit.
I mean, it was a lot of it.
I didn't think we were that mean. I actually said she was a sweetheart.
So that means nothing else that you said is a factor anymore?
Well, we were just, Plowsy and I were just responding to her call saying we need to do more work. But I said, we're just, I'm not bashing her. I think she's a sweetheart.
Oh.
So
you can also say, but bless her heart. And that makes everything else go away also.
I might have said that. I don't know.
I didn't hear a bless her heart.
No. I threw an Ozarks reference in there, though.
What was that? Oh, Ruth? I don't know. Do we have that clip by chance? I don't know S about F, or I don't know F about S.
I did not get that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It would be tough to navigate the FCC's policies on that one. A couple of four-letter words right there.
Yeah, I don't know S about F.
Right.
That's my favorite quote from her. But that was me just explaining. I don't know all the levers and the editing process and all of that, so I don't know S about F.
Some of it could be learned.
If I ever wanted to fill in a KC, I'd have to learn that board.
Well, what about filling in here? Forget KC.
Well, that's the only reason I would learn the board is if I can do the E-Man show or fill in for Learn one day. I would learn the board, but
You wouldn't want to help out your cohorts here.
I wouldn't have to. There's not going to be a day when Plowsy and Jackson are on vacation at the same time.
Could be.
And Jackson knows how to run the board. So if Plowsy was off or didn't come in, Jackson knows how to run it. If Jackson had a day off, Plowsy knows how to upload the podcast. And they're not both going to be off at the same time.
Well, you never know.
Why don't you go learn it then?
Oh, my God! Oh, my God!
Why is it always up to me? Why don't you learn it?
Well, I'm elderly. I can't learn new things.
I'm the same age as you. Maybe. I think I'm a year younger.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm too elderly to learn new things.
Guys, I'm just tuning in. Did you guys touch on yesterday's sode of P&G? Doug, you like the Pepper and Genie is called P&G?
That, to me, P&G is Procter & Gamble.
I know.
Not anymore, baby.
The whole hour was dedicated to reasons why they don't work. One of them being because they are, quote, talent. That's from Scooter.
The entire hour. The show was 15 minutes long.
I heard Plowboy's wonderful business presentation. It was like listening to Shark Tank, Doug. He discussed the idea of a pocket Sibian.
Oh, you did?
I just thought it was a market that hasn't necessarily been tapped.
Supply and demand, guns and butter.
Or at least have your CPAP machine has like a traveling case, right? Like
Yeah.
a carrier.
And that has a little mini Sibian, right?
It does not.
Well, my point was maybe you could make one that, folds into one of those traveling carry-on cases.
Is that right?
Yeah, because I feel like those are really just for home games. And sometimes you want to take those out on the road, and you just can't. So
Did you talk about that? Because according to this guy, the whole hour was talked about something else, even though we
I definitely heard Pocket Sibian talk.
Yeah.
When I came in from Balloon Party, I said, how was Pepper and Genie? And Plowek said, well, we certainly talked about, the 8 o'clock hour and Ellen's call, but I did want to bring up a Pocket Sibian idea I had.
Oh,
so
good.
it's something that I knew to look forward to.
Because you never know who's listening, Tim.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, I would imagine there are some VCs listening to this and kind of going, I wonder what ideas they'll have today.
Yeah.
So I'm shocked the texter was wrong, that we spent a whole hour talking about Ellen and us being talent, even though the podcast was only about 15 minutes long.
Caller Ellen is on the line, Iggy, to address the whole situation right now. It's the Steve Schmidt Key of North County phone lines. Doug, things are happening here.
They sure are.
Blues and Golden Knights tomorrow, 7 p.m.
Could she hear us, Ellen?
Barely. I can hear you barely. But so I sent this text to Jackson yesterday, which he may or may not have received. And so I actually am going to read a statement.
Oh, a statement, Doug. These statements.
Yeah. Hi, Jackson. I hear from Iggy and Darren's podcast that I sincerely hurt their feelings this morning. That was never my intent. Could you please forward this text to them with my sincere apologies? I didn't mean to question their work ethic. They are right. I don't know what their jobs entail. I think both of them are great people, and I hope they understand that I was probably a little over-exuberant and trying to be funny. Clearly, I missed the mark. I will happily call into the show tomorrow, meaning today, and apologize on the air, but I don't want to be a killjoy, sort of like I'm being right now. If you think calling would be better than forwarding this text, I will follow your advice. P.S. It's not lost on me, Jackson, that as I was saying, you have too much work. I am giving you more work. Thanks, caller Ellen.
There it is. What a statement.
Please
What
accept my
a ladylike
apologies,
offer.
And that's that.
I accept it 100%, Ellen. I appreciate
Thanks,
you
man.
calling.
I appreciate it.
Iggy, do you accept Ellen's apology?
Of course, but I don't think she needs to apologize. I mean, we weren't.
She was
Well, I do. I don't. Look, I mean, I know this show is all about busting balls, as you guys like to say. And I thought that's what I was doing, but I do think I hurt your feelings, at least from the way your podcast sounded. And I'm really not into doing that. So, no, I sincerely don't want to hurt people's feelings. That's just not my thing. So I just wanted to say that.
Well, there's no bad blood, Ellen. Easily forgiven. You didn't need to apologize. You're the best.
Yeah, and as I said on the podcast, you are a sweetheart. So I didn't mean to.
I'm cool, and trust me, caller Ellen can take her medicine. That's okay.
Well, apology accepted, but there's no need. You didn't hurt our feelings. We had fun with
All
it,
right.
and we know.
But as I feared, I brought down the show, which also I did not want to do. So I'm going to hang up, let you guys get back to everybody chastising you and now chastising me for being soft. But
yeah, stick to your guns. Come on.
Caller Ellen, what a beautiful call and statement. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you,
LZ.
Caller Ellen. Iggy Plowhawk, how do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, we've known her. She can listen to the show, for gosh.
Your feelings had been badly hurt, though, right?
No, I think we need to address. I think Ellen brought up a point that other listeners bring up, so maybe Ellen was just the spark that lit our fire, you know? But no, Ellen's great.
She gave us a topic for Pepper and Jeannie.
Yeah.
But I don't. Ellen is somebody that I don't. She can say something, and I'm not going to take it seriously if it's critiquing us, because I know she doesn't mean harm. She's just having fun. So other people maybe not, but Ellen is one that. Yeah, we answered. We talked about her saying we have no work ethic, but she apologized. She didn't need to, but thank you for doing that. That was very sweet of you.
Thank you.
Peak Pip Energy is receiving deserved, legitimate criticism, and then the offending party calling in the next day to apologize. That's from Kevin's brother, Jack Demoff. Please, these ashtrays have no hairy peaches. Grow up, Peter Pan. That's from Mudfingies. Doug, what does that mean?
I don't know what it means.
That was a lot to unpack, and I don't understand it.
Read that again, see if
I'm scrolling back down to Mudfingies. These ashtrays have no hairy peaches. Grow up, Peter Pan.
Ashtrays have
I think I'm more confused the second time.
Who's the ashtray? Who's the peach? And who's the mudfinger?
Mudfingies is the texter. I can tell you that with certainty. It's kind of like on Yuppie and the Douchebag. We're still not sure who's who.
Yeah, these ashtrays. Okay, so I'm just
obviously me and Iggy.
Right, I'm gonna do some context clues. Have no hairy peaches. That means they have no hair on the balls, which is true because
Manscaped.
Shout out Manscaped one time. Grow up, Peter Pan.
Well, that's a singular. So we're two ashtrays, we're two peach fuzz balls, but we're one Peter Pan.
Right. Well, one of you. That means one of you is Wendy.
I gotta be Peter Pan, right?
Wendy?
Who's Wendy?
You ever seen Peter Pan?
Yeah.
She's the girl. She's the little girl.
She's the one that flies around, right?
That's Tinkerbell.
That's Tinkerbell.
Oh, well, who's Wendy?
The little girl in the household.
That Peter Pan takes to Neverland.
Oh, maybe I haven't seen Peter Pan.
Sandy Duncan. Yeah, she's missing one eye.
Hook is better.
Hook's better than Peter Pan?
Shout out Robin Williams.
Man, it's at best.
Okay.
All right. Well, it made no sense, but we don't have any hair on our balls because we have Manscaped.
The old Appleton stepdad is really unhappy about the situation.
What is?
You literally cried for 10 minutes about how it pissed you off, and now you're saying you were just having fun, steadily backing away. That's the old Appleton stepdad, Doug, down there in old Appleton.
Yeah, south of here.
Well, listen, old man, you'll figure out Pepper and Jeannie at some point.
Oh, man.
You don't know how old he is.
He called himself old.
Yeah.
Appleton makes good rum down in Jamaica.
Well, this is old Appleton in southern Missouri.
You don't know that?
Well, I'm quite sure that it would be.
So, guys, who's the deer, who's the dork, and who's the dick? That's from Mitch. Jimmy was the kind of guy that rooted for the bad guys in the movies, Cumstein.
Who's the three in the equation? Me, Flowsy, and Ellen?
Let's see if that's the case. God, I don't know. That'd be tough in that one.
I'd be the dick.
I'm the dork.
And Ellen's the deer?
Yeah, I guess that's...
Yeah.
I guess that's all right.
Good call.
That's fine. Doug, I can live with that.
I think we all can.
I can't believe that was a saying that upper management told you guys to do.
Oh, yeah, you weren't there for that one. That was about the sex shop.
Yeah, I think I was still in school.
Yeah.
It's hard to take a guy seriously when he's talking to you with a big spaghetti stain on his shirt.
Short sleeve dress shirt and a tie that goes about halfway down his shirt.
And
It's like Oliver Hardy.
And a spaghetti stain right there.
Yeah.
Great job, Iggy. You cried enough to get an apology from a sweet lady who made a joke. That's from the union boss, Doug. This guy's, I don't know which union he's with, but he's the boss.
Yeah.
Do you listen to anything?
I'm Brad.
I mean, if you listen to the P&G show, I said she's a sweetheart. I
Sounds like you did some griping
I don't think she knows exactly what we do. But I talked about how great of a person she is. So I just know where you're getting this crap you talk about.
So you came after her pretty hard yesterday, did you?
Well, did she say something about us?
Yeah.
All right, so we answered it on Pepper and Jeannie.
Okay. So you're not
And then we
over it
went
yet.
into Sibian talk. So it's not like we spent the whole time talking about it.
It was a natural segue.
Yeah.
I felt like it was.
Point, counterpoint.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty clear that you're not over this.
I was over it after Pepper and Jeannie.
Oh, were you?
I went and picked up fish, and I didn't think about Ellen and her call. I was.
Did you blacken that grouper, boy?
I did, actually.
Nice.
Little Cajun
Black and
seasoning.
grouper.
Why don't you take a piece home, Tim? There's about 9 pieces.
Is that right? Black and grouper, Doug.
It came out perfectly.
Did it really?
Yeah, it was good. People weren't happy I ate it with cottage cheese, but
Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus. No wonder.
a little cottage cheese and a little piece of fish. I mean, it's a great combo for me.
Cottage cheese is about the worst thing you could possibly eat.
Oh, I love
It's about the worst tasting thing you could possibly put in your mouth.
Love cottage cheese.
I used to like that stuff, too. I can't touch it now.
I can't hardly look at it, even.
I don't like how it comes in a tub.
I'm not a fan of the tub.
Chunky.
The bad vessel for.
What would you put it in, a can?
I just put it in the trash is where I'd put it.
Nice, Jackson.
Leave it on the grocery store counter there.
Yeah, just leave it be. Just walk right on by and leave it be. It's like curdled milk, isn't it? It's like
cheese
milk.
in itself.
Well, cheese is mold.
Right.
You eat that, don't you?
Looks better than cottage cheese.
Well, put it on some tomatoes with a little
Don't ever tell me where to put it
extra
on.
virgin olive oil and maybe a little bit of Parmesan cheese.
I'm not going to do that. I'm just not.
Cottage cheese and ditch carp, a classic pre-masturbation pairing. That's known as a classic pre-masturbation pairing in the culinary world.
I don't know why else you do.
Well, then I'm never drinking it again.
It was late. I mean, no, it wasn't pre because I was ready for bed. I don't do it that late at night.
If I hadn't eaten in a week and someone said, "Here's some cottage cheese," I said, "No, I'll go another day without food."
And you heard me say it was grouper, so you know it wasn't ditch carp.
What's the difference?
One is good and one is not.
Oh,
Sweet custard. Hey.
Oh, sorry. I guess a drop saved into another. Yeah, sorry about that.
You taped over another drop.
I think I did. Yeah.
That was the best.
All right, so we lost that drop. Okay.
No, I mean it didn't.
I got the flash drive right now.
Okay.
Right in the eye. 14,000.
We have 14,000 drops?
That's right.
Well, how could Plowsy possibly pull up just the right one in a certain situation?
Folders.
We got folders, and you do the go-to drops that have about 650 in them or something like that. So.
A lot more manageable.
Yeah.
And Jackson showed me all of our. Swope did send all of
Buck Swope.
my interviews over.
Best in the business.
Oh, God bless him.
So
we need them.
Yeah, maybe this weekend, Saturday, I'll come in. I'm going to edit a bunch of them. I'll take out the old reset of the station, and just all the interviews will be there. Maybe we'll periodically put some up there.
What interviews are these?
I don't know. You want to hear from Barry Pepper?
What film did you interview him after?
Really?
I think we were promoting 61.
Good.
Love that movie.
Oh, wow, Doug. Directed by Billy Crystal.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah, he was so good as Maris.
The guy who played Mickey Mantle was really good, too.
How are you? I know it. I can't even believe it's 30 years. Nobody.
Oh, who's
I should
that
interview
guy?
her again. This is 40 years anniversary.
You can hear the phlegm curdling in the back of her throat.
Maybe we'll get Blackwood on to talk about the 40th anniversary. I saw a great meme yesterday. It said, "Congratulations to MTV on their 40th year anniversary and 13 years of playing videos, or 13 years of playing music."
Yeah. What are they playing now?
Reality
It's just
shows.
all Rob Dyrdek show. He runs the network. It's literally what's this show called?
Ridiculousness.
Right. They play that like 12 hours a day.
I don't get it. The MTV had such a good thing going where the artists would just provide them the material and they just play it and people loved it.
YouTube kind of forced their hand a little bit because you could watch.
They changed long before YouTube came around, didn't they?
Yeah.
Did they? I feel like when did they stop playing music videos? Really, like mid 2000s?
Right when Jackass came out, the original.
And Carson Daly started doing
TRL Live.
TRL Live, and then they just went into all kinds of reality stuff.
But I mean, YouTube's just on demand. MTV is kind of what it is. Like you could just pick the music video you want to watch.
Jackson, you bitch.
Yo.
I'm going to crush your hole at Enterprise tomorrow night if you're there. As you are gaping, I made chicky teddies off your back until finish time. Doug, that's a recovering alcoholic from Belleville.
Yeah. I guess the natural follow-up is what will you be dipping them tendies in?
What do you think? Brine?
Either brine or possibly honey mustard.
Could you imagine going through Enterprise and you're going through the metal detectors, emptying your pockets, and you get this little cup of brine?
Oh, gosh. You ask the concession vendor, what are your sauces? Do you possibly have brine, sir?
I think the recovering alcoholic is playing with Mark Milton in the Dotem. I think.
Squad?
Doug, do you have the foursomes in front of you?
I don't. I just don't.
Play all them drops. All 14,000 of them. Play them on Peppy and Jeannie, one by one in order. Open that drop vault, you boy sluts. Peppy and Jeannie can break them down. That's from Mitch. If there's one area of your business that concerns me, it's the way you develop future program Cumsteins. Chris Raby has, he is up and listening to the show, Doug.
Nice.
And he said, he just texted me to say, low-key, the best part of Pepper and Jeannie is that the podcast is spelled differently each of the last 3 days.
I've noticed that.
Oh, really?
How in the world would you spell Pepper and Jeannie?
I don't even
I've been
know.
going two E's on Jeannie. How have you been doing it, Plazzy?
G and an E and an I and I think an N and an I or an E.
That was the world's greatest explanation of spelling. Out of order.
I think
and delivered
it
with
all
such cadence.
works for what we provide in terms of quote-unquote content.
You could have ended that with "Now I know my ABCs."
Yeah, I mean, there's 3 letters were out of order.
It's almost like you're doing an eye exam.
Is it all one word?
No. Have you been going Pepper N or an ampersand, Plazzy?
Pepper and Jeannie.
Got it. I've been doing ampersands.
I actually want to misspell it now every single day.
Differently. Depending on how the show goes.
Use 1 P in Pepper today.
I think it would be great.
And use a J for Jeannie.
Jeez, I called up Pepper and Jeannie, and the first thing that it shows is Jeannie Pepper, American pornographic actress.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
It's in
What's that?
She was a superstar back in the 70s, I believe.
I just wanted to see how to spell Pepper and Jeannie.
It's in the TMF podcast feed. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is...
I think she was one of the original AVN Hall of Famers, I believe.
Is that right, Doug? Was she one of the in the first
I'd never
classes?
heard the
like
name.
Babe
I
Ruth
don't
and
know.
Ty Cobb?
The original 6?
Yep.
I think so, along with...
Said Bruins, Blackhawks, Rangers,
Kay Parker.
Leafs, Kay Parker,
Christy Canyon.
Christy Canyon
the
is
San
the-
Jose Sharks.
Ron Jeremy, who's
Is
been
she
kicked
the
out of the
Canadian?
AVNs.
No, he's been removed from the...
Yeah.
By Ron Jeremy and Stan Kroenke, both removed from their respective halls of fame.
And maybe Savage. Herschel Savage, I believe.
Who?
Herschel Savage.
Boy, all he would do, Doug, is push-ups and sit-ups, and then he had that body. Unbelievable.
Yeah. That's about all you'd have to do.
And sweat like crazy. They didn't, I guess they didn't have air conditioners back then in the rooms they were doing these scenes in. Every porn star just sweat dripping off of them.
Yeah, Encino gets hot. What was the Russian porn star but was named after a running back?
Marcus Dupree.
Right.
Doug, he had a great career in Oklahoma,
Yeah, good
and now
player.
he is starring in films in the San Fernando Valley.
Is that
nearly
right?
40 years later. It's fun. It's fun
Okay.
to see.
Yeah.
He's dating, God, we interviewed her.
Not Amber Heard.
April?
Ellen Foley.
April Summers?
Timely.
Not her.
There it is. There's a clip of the interview.
I forgot. Anyway, he's a young guy. He's still in his 20s, I think.
Hey, Raby, don't you have a blimp don't you have a blimp the pre-flight before tomorrow night? Doug, I read what's in the prompter.
Okay.
It's from the Veiled Prophet.
They're asking about the blimp that flies around the Enterprise Center where Raby was.
Where Jackson's going to be gaping?
Apparently. It wasn't on the itinerary, but good to know beforehand, I guess.
I don't think he controls the blimp at all.
I've never had a Blimpies.
Just a sub sandwich, isn't it?
Yeah, but I've never had a Blimpies.
I think there's only like a handful of blimps left in the world.
No, Ram.
Yeah, I think it's like...
Blimp shortage.
It's like under 20.
Well, what happened to all the dirigibles?
Well, it's not. There's about 25 blimps still in existence. It's because it's not a very efficient way to get around. Like, oh, we missed our flight. We better just take this blimp.
Right.
Well, I don't think they're for transportation. They're for advertising.
Right.
It's pretty good for aerial shots at a football game because it doesn't make a lot of noise.
Okay.
Probably not as dangerous as a helicopter.
But now with drones, that's, those are very quiet. And,
so why do you hate blimps?
Yeah, why?
well, where do you, they're huge. Where do you store it? It just doesn't seem very
There's a blimp storage facility.
Marcus Dupree is with Autumn Falls. That's from
Autumn
Scott
Falls.
Trinkle Ballsack. Boy, Scott Trinkle Ballsack knows it.
I said April, summer, so it's kind of in that ballpark of seasons and
No, it makes
months.
sense.
Yeah.
Oh, there's got to be 1,000 porn stars with seasons on their last name or first name.
Really?
Oh, winter, summer, fall, autumn.
Winter, summers?
Oh,
That's not a bad name.
Yeah. Iggy, didn't you give out some stag starlet names last year?
I did. Most of them are already taken.
Annika Albright was the one.
Yeah.
Stood out
I
to me.
thought I came up with a great one.
And it had already been taken.
That's correct.
And she's pretty popular, too.
So that's why you thought of the name.
It
If
was
you'd
probably
read it somewhere.
subconsciously. It was in my brain, but
Well, I'm sorry that happened.
maybe we'll do it on Pepper Genie. We'll come up with
Pepper and G.
our 5 porn star names we would come up with. If you and I were going to be a porn star, who would we be?
Nice. Well, Plowlock's on the verge with that OnlyFans.
Yeah, you got to come up with something. Maybe come up with a porn name.
Yeah, are you going to be a different name than Peoria Plowboy or Darren Atkins? I mean, what are we going to do?
Hard to beat the Plowboy.
Plowboy's
Yeah,
a
that
good
seems
one
like that's
already.
perfect.
It's perfect for. I think it's gonna be funny once I pin my OnlyFans account onto my Twitter page when it's gonna be some random, obscure Michael Franks or somebody stupid. That's my.
He's not stupid.
Michael Cranks is the name right there.
I'd
Yeah.
be careful with that, pinning somebody else's face to a porn site.
No. I'm saying my Twitter account would be the face. So I would put the link to my OnlyFans on my Twitter account.
But no pictures of anybody else.
No.
What about Anthony Carcano that's currently sitting there?
He seems like a lawsuit guy, so I wouldn't want to get involved.
No, if you're going to go porn, I'd put your own picture there. If you put
I'll be all
anybody's
natural.
picture.
I want to be upfront and honest with people. This is who I am.
Okay.
This isn't the body that I was given. And
The hog.
the hog
You're blessed.
that I'm blessed with.
And when is this going to start?
Yeah, when is it going to start?
Madison graduation party is on Saturday, so
Let's get that out of the way.
Maybe launch it that day.
Monday, depending on how golf goes. I mean, if I'm down, 4 or 5 early, maybe I just start that OnlyFans on the back 9.
Oh, I see.
Wow.
I'll shoot
Doug,
it
would
for you.
number 10 be the right hole to do that?
I guess so. Yeah, right before you tee off.
Yeah, contemplate taking a driver or laying up, but then Plaza's just taking a picture of it.
Oh, hold up, guys. I'll be on the grid in a second. I got to shoot this video real quick.
You get back there in the shack where they had the hot dogs, and you and Cletus a little sesh.
Ooh.
Okay, that's too much.
All right, let's wrap up the Munganis 7 o'clock hour on a high note. St. Louis Acura, Alton Toyota, sponsor of our 7 o'clock hour. Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour is coming up. Your hometown appliance source featuring major brands like GE. Appliance Discounter, sponsor of the 8 o'clock hour, is coming your way. Don't forget, you're competing with the greats as we head down the stretch in the month of April for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Send yours in. This is the Ryan Kelly morning after from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Check out listener rewards on the new TMA mobile app. Watch the show live on the TMA studio cams. Find it at TMASTL.com. Get the podcast on the TMA app. Download it now.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
Enterprise Contracting is your locally owned and operated storm damage insurance claims specialist in roofing, siding, and gutter replacement and repair. They can help evaluate your home for storm damage from hail and wind that the St. Louis area continually receives year-round. Work with the great Connor Lee at Enterprise Contracting. Give them a call and just mention the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 HD2 FM at 314-455-5000. That's 314-455-5000.
Hey, St. Louis, it's that time of year again. That's right, it's mullet season. At Burr Cutlery, it's business in the front and party in the back. You can swing down to the hill and check out the showroom in the front with all the best kitchen knives available, including the brand new Wusthof knives. And then you head to the back where the real party begins. Back there, they will sharpen all of your kitchen knives and have them slicing like they're brand new again. So let the party begin with Burr Cutlery. Check them out at 1927 Marconi Avenue Give them a call at 314-664-4005 or visit them online at burrrallyco.com.
Hey, it's Donnie Fandango from 105.7 The Point and Tim McKernan. Hello there, Tim.
What's up, Donnie?
So we got Ryan Kelly here, and one of the things that I know both of our shows have a lot of, and that's a lot of folks that have been in the military or are in the military and are looking to buy that first house. And Ryan Kelly and the team, they look out for them better than anybody else.
We're all so grateful for their service, and Ryan backs up his words with his actions with his hero loan.
And you're right. There's a lot of listeners on your shows that have either served in the past or are veterans or active service members or even their families. And the VA loan is honestly one of the best benefits of being in the military. Interest rates are about a full point lower. And I can tell you this, you can buy a house with $0 down. The problem has been there just hasn't been a good mortgage lender out there doing VA loans until now. At HeroLoan.com, we'll get you the rate that you've earned. We can get you in your home with $0 down. And more importantly, I'll pay for the appraisal and get your VA loan closed in 21 days or less. VA eligible? Get pre-approved today at HeroLoan.com, the only way to VA. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan for Design Air Heating and Cooling. I am a very happy client. Design Air Heating and Cooling and Seth Goldcamp and his incredible staff, which you can find online at designairservice.com. Just go to the website, click on the Book Now tab, and any issues you may be having with your HVAC system, they will take care of immediately. The customer service, second to none. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com. This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago and they still own. And it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com. Doug, Adam is on the line. I think you're sideways with him, but I can't.
Crying out loud. We are not sideways anymore, Dougie. But real quick, Charlie, there is a groundswell of support for you on the Facebook page. People are loving this little threesome you guys got going on with Jim out of there, Charlie in. It's a great setup. It's a good feng shui. People are loving it.
So you want me to whack the cat?
I didn't say that.
Well, I appreciate that, but I'm fine as just the fill-in guy. Cat's my guy.
Shush. I wrote.
Oh, shush you.
Doug, I wrote a rap song. I wrote a rap song for you because I love you so much. Here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Andy, he's a real cool dude, walking down the street and acting a fool. Oh, always doing sports and radio in his khaki shorts. And you are so special to me, living it up down South Miami. And gee, he's got the grandpa swag. Hey, Gramps, come on, sit on my face.
Pot him down! Pot him down! You didn't even finish. He has H&N, right?
Yeah, I know.
Adam has been suspended for that particular line in his song.
Did you think there was any chance that a rap dedicated to you was going to go well?
I thought it might. It wasn't bad there at the beginning. It kind of got sour towards the end. Adam's been suspended, gentlemen. 4 days' time, and his name's been...
I see it right there.
Logule. I like when people come in with material, though.
Don from Delwood's on the line.
Hello, Don.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Oh, we're fine. You?
Hey, Doug, are you the type of guy that likes to, slap his butt cheeks and...
Pot him down! Pot him down! So stupid. He was on hold for at least half an hour to say that. Don from Delwood. Here's the worst part, though. Sometimes I want to know where they're going with it. I want to hear the ending of it. It almost always goes bad when they start out with Doug. I know that something awful is about to happen. If Doug's the first word and flap is in the second or third word. In this case, a little suspension has been rained down on the Delwood region. Don from Delwood has been suspended a period of 4 days' time for an audio violation. His name has been entered into the suspension logule.
I think these phone lines may be poison. I might agree with you on that.
The phone lines are rising.
Patio season is quickly approaching St. Louis, and you know that Rosalita's Cantina has the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. Rosalita's friendly staff serves up tableside guac, pilot-high nachos, a full array of classic Mexican dishes, and the most delicious house and specialty margaritas. When you're craving a marg, you know the best are at Rosalita's. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 7, and let Rosalita's cater your next event. Check out rosalitacantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
You're hearing TMA all day on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis, featuring the Ryan Kelly Morning After, live from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then a full show replay from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., followed by the best of TMA from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m., and another same-day replay starting at 10 p.m. Find the full schedule at TMASTL.com. Brought to you by Ryan Kelly at thehomeloanexpert.com, the most efficient mortgage process you'll ever experience.
You gotta be on acid to understand what's going on this show.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
Welcome back to the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Appliance Discounters, 8 o'clock hour. Appliance Discounters, sponsor of our 8 o'clock hour, your hometown appliance source, featuring major brands like GE. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Plowhawk. We're in the Michelob Ultra Studios. Iggy is tending to, he's on assignment.
Right. Probably still trying to climb back up the steps.
Jackson is in the Horton Watkins studio.
Elevator's down. We probably should send somebody to go look for him.
Search mission?
Yeah.
We'll make you go take a look-see.
I think we'll be fine. You can text in 314-881-TMA5, 314-881-TMA5, Engineer Design Facilities. You can call in Steve Schmidt Kia, North County phone line 636-9004-TMA, and email in for our design, air, heating, and cooling email today, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Mother's Day is a week from Sunday. And Doug, what a way to celebrate by getting your mom a gift certificate for a sound story. Go to mysoundstory.com and you get 10% off when you use promo code TMA. That is a Mother's Day special, 10% off using the promo code TMA. So you take care of Mother's Day shopping, go in on it with your siblings, and you've gotten something that will mean the world to your mom, and then also something that will mean the world to not only you, your siblings, your children, their children. Imagine being able to get in your car and you're like, oh, maybe I'll podcast. Doug, what would you You'd probably podcast our 7 o'clock hour.
I don't do a lot of podcasting, Tim.
But if you could listen to an interview with your mother or father or grandparents, wouldn't you do that?
Oh, I would definitely
I would do that in a heartbeat. I'd probably listen to it once a month. So that's what Sound Story is. And Doug does them. I do them. Learn from KC95 does them. And you can book, you don't have to book it. You can just get the gift certificate and get 10% off right now using the promo code TMA. It's a company that started a few years ago, still own and operate. It is Sound Story. Any questions you may have, or if you're having any issues whatsoever with questions, just, you know, it's a new thing, please don't hesitate to email me, T. McKernan at InsideSTL.com, TMCKERNAN at InsideSTL.com. And then if you could, while you're there, think about it. All right.
Okay. Yeah, think about how cool that would be. Maybe not next week or next month even, but 20 years from now to look back.
Oh, my goodness. I'm
Yeah.
dead serious. I remember sitting with my grandmother, my dad's mom, when she was ill. Now, she wound up getting out of the hospital and was fine. And she started to talk, I think, a little bit about the Depression. And I was probably in high school at the time. Man, this is captivating. And to get that firsthand experience of some significant moments in American history, much less how it shaped their lives. Interviewed a gentleman who received a Purple Heart for his service in the Vietnam War a couple days ago. Yep. So that was, Plowhawk, you were in here with me on it. Cool. Yeah, man. Woo.
And he talked openly about that?
It's kind of the same thing I think you've talked about with your dad. It's understood for those who experience or experienced that, that they don't necessarily want to talk about it, but the children who booked it requested that, I try to see if he would open up a little bit about it, and did talk about. And he's over there at 19, and he's out there in the jungles of Vietnam with one other guy, and they were intelligence officers. And so what they're doing is they're looking for the enemy. They're looking for the Viet Cong, but they were specifically told never to engage. And he told a story of they had a new guy with them. They're walking through the jungle and told the new guy, you stay over here. We think we see something. Oh, they did. They saw a tunnel had just been dug, and the mud was fresh, so they knew that there were people around.
Yeah.
They knew that the Viet Cong were around. And the guy doesn't listen, walks over, steps on a tripwire. A grenade drops down from the tree, lands on his boot, but it doesn't go off. How about
really?
that?
Yeah.
Then goes off. Obviously, that's it. Just incredible. The bravery. I think you're 19.
Yeah. Where most guys might be in college drinking 5 nights a week, partying, having the time of their life.
Yeah. And the thing is, and this is for me anyway, and you guys lived through it to an extent, but on the younger end of it, what is foreign to probably most of the people listening to the show is the idea of somebody coming back from serving and catching hell. But he told the story of landing in SeaTac, Seattle Tacoma International in Seattle, and gets yelled at as he's walking through the airport. Said somebody called him a baby killer. Did you kill some babies while you're over in Vietnam? And he's walking with his uniform on. So he walks into the bathroom and changes it because he was getting so much crap as he had just landed from a God only knows however flight, serving a couple of years in Vietnam. And that's what you had, which sounds completely, it's just not the way that it is. And I feel like maybe, I don't know what your interpretation of it is with the Iraqi war in 91, that there was a conscious effort on the part of the government and anybody in control from a standpoint of PR to make sure that those who served in 91 would not experience what those who served in Vietnam did.
Yeah. Well, there should be. I mean, it wasn't the fault of the soldiers. They didn't start the war. They didn't go over there because they wanted to. And once you're there and you know that every second could be the end of your life, you just do whatever you have to do to survive the chaos of war. I don't know what you're doing.
I think the difference is back then you had a draft. Because it wasn't like that in World War II. World War II were heroes when they came back. But then you had that era of the 60s where you had the hippie movement, free love, and burn your draft card. And their thinking was everybody that went over there was bad for going over there and fighting. You shouldn't have gone. So, and nowadays you get standing ovations when you come out of the airport with your uniform. And you should. But I think that was a different era because you had the draft.
But those are the guys who didn't necessarily want to go.
Yeah, but they did their duty.
Yeah.
And they're heroes. That should have never happened, but luckily it doesn't happen anymore.
There were some high-profile stories. I remember it was Lieutenant Calley, I guess, is the guy that got in trouble they went into some village and they thought the Viet Cong was there, and so I think he ordered everybody shot or the village burned or whatever, and there was some kids in there, and so from that story, everyone became a baby killer in Vietnam.
Is that what it was?
According
Okay,
to some.
I'm familiar with that. Ryan Kelly is on the line. I apologize, Jackson. I just saw this. Ryan, I apologize. That's on me. Sorry, sir.
Hey, good morning. What a story. I just enjoying listening to you all. And
thank you, brother.
Honestly, I was thinking about, I wish my parents were both still alive. I'd have them sit down with you right now and tell some stories. How cool would that be? Take it from someone who's lost both their parents. It'd be pretty cool to have that, just in the family for, I guess, indefinite. An interview by Tim McKernan, sitting down with mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, something like that. That'd be pretty cool, man. Tip of the cap to you, Tim, for doing those.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it, Ryan.
Yeah. And I don't know how to come out of the Vietnam story. And
that's bad hosting on my part. That's bad hosting on my part.
Or you could talk about what you do for veterans because
it's a nice Iggy.
You do a lot for
that's
veterans.
Good hosting on your part. Look at Pepper and Genie. 2 days of Pepper and Genie.
Segue leather.
That right there is why Iggy always lives.
He's doing the Mickey Carroll champion.
Will always be part of the show. Look at that. I never served. My dad and his 2 brothers did, Air Force Army. My dad actually went to the Air Force Academy, and it's something that he was more proud of than anything else almost. He talked about every chance he could, going up to Colorado Springs and going to the Air Force Academy. And I'm super proud of them for that. And I always kind of had that little bit of not a little bit, but I always had that regret. In fact, here's the kind of a story. I looked into joining the National Guard, and I was a little bit too old. It was my mid-30s. That was probably about 8 years or so ago. So, I did try. And then I guess I shouldn't leave it like I tried really hard. I made a phone call to a buddy of mine, and he's like, "You're too old," and hung up on me. So as much as I tried, I don't want to give me falseness there. But that's why we created the Hero Loan, for real, like legit. We were sitting around at the table at 1600 Brentwood Boulevard, and we're like, we got to do more. We got to do more for our active service members, our retired veterans, their family. we'd already been doing a lot of VA loans. We'd been rocking in the desert with the Baton Memorial Death March. We were climbing for PTSD.org, heavily involved there, putting the rock wall up at Ballpark Village, doing cool stuff to raise money for PTSD awareness. I mean, the list goes on. But we were doing a lot, and we're like, well, heck, let's do the VA loan better, because the VA loan is truthfully one of the best benefits of being in the military. You can legit buy a home with $0 down, like up to $2.5 million at the Home Loan Expert. So if you're VA eligible, of course you have to qualify for it, but you can buy a home up to $2.5 million with $0 down payment. And this is a right that you've earned. So I'm not saying you need to go buy a $2.5 million house, but think about that. Buy a home with no money down. VA rates they can be up to a full point lower. So like while rates are going up, VA rates are still super low. You can refinance up to 100% of your appraised value. So if you owe $200,000 on your home loan and the appraisal comes in at $300,000, you get $100K at closing. Like up to 100% of your appraised value can be cashed out. And again, these are all privileges that were earned for the service or for the family member's service. So the VA loan is one of the best out there.
Yeah.
What we did was we just sped it up. You know, there wasn't any good lenders doing it. People were taking 90 days to close VA loans. It's crazy. But they had done that so long. They had neglected the VA loans. These banks, lenders out there, they don't want to do them. I don't know why. And we're taking just so long to do them and make them overcomplicated. So realtors, home sellers, everybody's had a bad taste in their mouth. And we're like, let's fix that. Let's get the VA, let's make it hot again. So we created the Hero Loan. Well, not only do we pay for your appraisal, not only do we help you with all the VA paperwork and make sure that you're getting, all the right discounts, credits, and all that, but then, we speed that file like it's on fire. Like the minute you sign up, for an application on a VA loan, we go to work. Like your appraisal is ordered within minutes. Underwriters, processors are working on that file, and that's how we're able to get VA loans closed in 21 days or less. Heck, we closed one in 12 days last month. So if you're VA eligible, let's talk about a refinance. Let's talk about buying a home. I love that opportunity. You can visit HeroLoan.com. That's HeroLoan.com. And jump on the Home Loan Expert. We're all standing by. We're ready to help. I'll leave it there. I appreciate your time, everybody. Thanks. Have a great week, and see what happens in the draft, man. I'm excited about that draft. We'll talk to you all soon. Bye.
Las Vegas. Thank you, Ryan. Iggy, that was a beautiful segue. I mean, Doug, that was Costas-esque, Cal May-esque. That was smooth.
Yeah. Well, it was a no-brainer. We were talking about veterans, and nobody does more for the veterans with his VA loan than Ryan.
Well done, Crypt Keeper.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. I'll think a nickname for you.
Okay.
Supple Hole.
Yeah. Way to go, Supple Hole.
Oh.
I'm getting emails, and Jackson, I'm looking for a story, and maybe you have seen it. Okay. My understanding is the sports gambling bill, yes, now it's just been sent to me, is dead in Missouri.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
It went to the Missouri Senate last night. I think the thought process was that it would get taken care of, but my understanding is a gentleman named Senator Hoskins killed it, and I'm trying to find more information. I've had a couple of people contacting me about it this morning, and I'm trying to get more information, and then I typed it in a search engine for the latest story on it, and the latest stories are a couple days ago. So
I got one from 9 hours ago.
All right, what do you have here?
Filibuster kills Missouri sports betting bills. This is from Sports Handle. Busted today. Missouri Senator
Jackson's about to do a I can sense a
I got it up. Missouri Senator Denny Hoskins has long been promising a filibuster in the sports betting bill that moved his chamber. Wasn't to his liking Wednesday night, and he made good on his promise. In a filibuster that went on for nearly 4 hours, often to a nearly empty Senate chamber, Hoskins, boy, that's a word I can't pronounce, C-A-G-O-L-E-D.
C-A-G-O-L-E-D.
G, I'm sorry, J. C-A-J-O-L-E-D.
That's a tough one.
Cajoled.
Terrell Buckley and shamed one of his peers while making nice with others before Senate President Pro them Dave Schatz adjourned the chamber under the rules at 9:30 p.m. local time, killing the two sports betting bills up for debate.
Dave Schatz.
I'd like to talk to this guy.
You want to have him on?
You want a piece of him, don't you?
I don't see what is your reasoning for this? I mean, it's just millions of dollars to the state. And people are doing it anyway. I mean, what is the problem?
This state just shoots himself in the foot. They could legalize weed, make hundreds of millions. They could legalize sports gambling, make hundreds of millions, and they just decide not to. I just don't get it. And stop with the morality argument.
Weed is a little different.
I meant just, there's a lot of tax dollars in some of these that other states have profited off of. I just don't understand.
Yeah. I know the people in Colorado aren't necessarily happy now that weed there has been legalized for a number of years.
Well, I meant just gambling. You can go across the river in 5 minutes to a
I think gambling is different than weed.
And you can place a bet. I not legalizing it's not going to hinder anybody from doing it. I just don't.
I don't know. Yeah, we should have woken up last night and gone to the Capitol and listened to some of the filibuster to see what he was so upset about.
I mean, we have casinos here.
Yeah, but they're on the water, so it's okay.
Well, no. One time they dig a ditch and put water and said, look, it's a moat.
That counts.
That counts. They have casinos all over the place, and those are games of chance. At least there's some skill involved in betting.
I don't know. It doesn't seem right that one guy could torpedo the whole thing.
I'm on his Twitter page.
So would you say he hijacked that bill?
Oh, 100%.
You having a treat, bro? What do you got?
Neutral Grain Bar.
Nice. Wow, kind of going a little healthier on a Thursday. Is this because of Fan Page Club Championship cleansing?
Trying to get in shape.
I think it's the OnlyFans account.
Yeah, he's good.
You're trying to get some abs.
I mean, if he just loses a little around his waist to get down to a 26, that hog will look even bigger.
And especially if you're freshly shorn. It does look bigger when there's no hair there.
Yep, Manscaped.
It does, and I did get my golf outfit. I guess Madison bought me a golf outfit.
Doug, have you picked out your outfit for Sunday?
No, I don't wear outfits.
Oh, trust me, if it was up to me, I would wear clothes for 10 years. I wouldn't buy any. But, yeah, so the pant.
Shorts or pant?
I'm going pant.
Short pant.
Khaki?
And I told her I like them high. I like them kind of, I don't want them baggy. I really like them tight and high.
On your waist?
No, just in general, like high water for my golf
Why would you want to look like Pee Wee Herman?
And she bought me a 28. I'm telling you what.
28?
What?
It was
high tides.
Oh, man. My hog is just pressed against those pants like somebody trying to get out of a burning building.
Now, wait a minute. You're taller than me.
The
by a
pants are
couple
too
inches,
short.
Probably.
Yeah, probably an inch or two out.
I wear 30 length. How are you wearing 28s without having them
Because
up
it's
your ankles?
fashionable right now to show that anklet.
Well, I think for me, I don't like anything baggy on the golf course. I think it's weird for the swing. I don't like that. I know it's different for you.
Doug, short shorts are in on the golf course, especially in North County this year.
I don't like to have pants that are too tight. That's what's uncomfortable.
The nut huggers are back in?
Oh, they are.
You know what's in is golf pant joggers.
Doug, golf pant joggers are in.
Oh, I'm just going to keep wearing my yoga pants.
I'll tell you right now, I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of comments on the fan page and whatever.
Oh, Lord.
But I'll give you a fair warning. I know Monday or Sunday is not Memorial Day, but I will have white pants on.
I think you can wear white after Easter.
They say after Memorial Day, but
You should put a little blood or a little red dot on the back of your pant in tribute to Pride Joe.
Right.
I'm not going to ruin a pair of pants.
It's going to be a little wet. Are you
Maybe just a
concerned about
sticker.
sweet mud getting onto your
Chest?
white, that, but also your white pant?
No, we'll just wash them.
Yeah, but during the round, you may.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
So, Plowsy, what color are these two small pants that you've
I got
purchased?
I think they're light blue and gray, kind of that color scheme, and then a green shirt, like a green shirt. Look good.
Does it?
Yeah.
And you're going to show some leg down there around the ankle?
I'm telling you, there's going to be an outline that will be very, very noticeable.
He's going to have a John Hamaconda.
Wow. I never heard of that.
Yeah, no, I'm that talented.
There's
I can take things I read and then take them as my own.
Oh.
Yeah, I do that.
Welcome to Twitter.
Well, that'll be fun Sunday. It'll be a glorious day, sunny.
Are you a little worried about carts on pins?
I am because.
God, Iggy, God, no.
Well, it depends on. I checked.
Well, I walk anyway, but for the pace of play.
Yeah, pace
holy
of play.
Moly.
I especially playing the ball down too. It's gonna be a long day. But I did check my Doppler this morning. I don't think it's gonna be as bad as I thought about a week ago. We are gonna get rain. but it's not going to be a front that's just going to hover over us for 3 days and rain. We're going to have periods of rain. We're going to have periods of sun, a few break in the clouds like now. So if we don't get a torrential downpour, I do believe that Gateway drains pretty well. So, if we just get periodic rain here or there, tonight and tomorrow, I think we're fine Sunday. But
Flood my face.
Okay. I heard for Saturday's bat, they're talking about possible severe weather. I even heard the tornado word today on it.
Oh, the
station driving in here.
How do you predict a tornado in Boonville County when we're 2 days away from that?
Well, I guess the front.
Those things develop in like 2 seconds.
Well, yeah, you don't know exactly when it's going to hit, but you can see.
They just throw that out there because they want people to watch the weather.
Certain storm systems are possible to create.
I don't think it's going to be that severe. It's going to rain. Yes, it's going to rain. I don't think we're going to have torrential downpours for 6-7 hours.
Would you play in a torrential downpour on Sunday?
No, I don't even play in drizzle. I can go under a tree and wait.
That's a bad spot to go.
That's a bad place. Yeah.
Not if there's no lightning.
Think about it.
Well, those are famous last words.
And I find a little tough of grass. It was a stroke day.
Don't say stroke.
If there's no lightning in the area, you stand under a tree.
Well, why don't you just get in the car? Stay in the golf cart.
I do, and I go under a tree.
All right. Well, then you're probably okay because the cart's got rubber tires.
But there's no lightning. Swimming pool.
Guys, didn't Iggy predict rain yesterday? That's from Alex, and he's over at the bank.
Well, I said it's going to come in late, but there will be rain. I think it rained last night.
Doug, did it rain last night?
I don't know.
So take that.
I didn't see any rain.
Well, my car had water all over it this morning.
Wayne.
I was going to say rain and water, and I kind of predicted Wayne.
Wainwright was just sitting on your car.
I just kind of put rain and water together and said Wayne. I had rain all over my car this morning, so it rained last night.
Okay.
I said it was moving in late.
I don't know why I thought Wayne was so funny, but I did.
It waned. It's like Elmer Fudd. It waned.
It'd be nice if it could rain just a little bit overnight, just almost every night, just a little bit.
To soften the green so we can attack them?
Well, just so everything grows. You want some water. You just want it in moderation. You don't want it to ruin the day when you're up and around and out and about. Just rain about 2 to 3 in the morning. That'd be okay.
Now, Tim, who's picking the Sunday pin placement? Is that up to Barnes? Or
I know, Doug, you wanted to do it. You wanted to walk the course on Saturday and get a feel for, 3 steps off the back and then maybe 5 off the left for that number 1 pin placement. That would really challenge the players because if you attack that pin and go long, that ball's going to trundle off, and if it hits firm, it's going to go across the path. And what do you call that? Into the hay? Is that the hay over there on the left?
Fescue.
Yeah, fescue.
I've never played that hole. I've played Gateway many times. I don't think I've ever played that hole when it wasn't put over the bunker on the left.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they're challenging the players.
I always play to the right, and if I'm on, I got a long putt. Put it on the right. I have to go over that bunker every time.
I mean, Gateway got to think. You got a lot of 20 handicap for playing down on the ball.
Yeah.
I think it might be a lift, clean, and place day.
LCP.
Yeah, I think so, too.
And so that'll benefit. Doug, that might lead to some of the higher handicaps getting through. That is advantageous to the higher handicaps.
I would think it would be. Yeah.
And for people.
And Iggy, acknowledge that I am not a 3 handicap right now. Say it. Don't spray it. Say it. Don't spray it.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
Oh, and now we got a problem.
What did you shoot? 77?
Oh, 84.
What did you shoot?
84. 44, 40.
That's not a 3.
This is one of the greatest 84s we've ever seen, Tim.
Horrible.
It was a heroic 84.
Horrible.
You didn't play bad on the back, did you?
I was 3 over going into 18, which I doubled. Number 18 at Glen Echo, if you push it right, Doug, you're just going to have absolutely no option but to punch out.
Oh, don't pitch it over there.
Yeah, that was the problem.
Tim, you're our people's 3.
The people's 3. I'm Freddie Friedman of the 3s. Okay. Oh, there's some scores that are about to come off, though, and that number will be going to its rightful place shortly. Oh, yes, indeed. I have some scores that'll be coming off, and you better get me now because, Doug, the number is going to be corrected real soon.
By Sunday?
I think the numbers are already in. I don't know how Sean's handling it. I got a 70 coming off, a 71 coming off, and a 73 coming off. So I'll be like a 6 in a couple of weeks. Ooh, cats and dogs.
Yeah, I posted a nice 102 yesterday.
Tidy.
Tidy 102.
That's terrible.
Hey, well, I said I played like crap.
Yeah, that's bad.
I hadn't played in a couple of weeks. And
51 on either side.
No, I think I shot 49, 53 maybe.
No, 50...
50-52.
50-52? Okay. Either way.
Hawk, how'd you know that?
I saw Mark Milton post the score. I was interested. I was watching the videos. I just wanted to make sure.
Milton's a numbers guy.
He is.
Oh, absolutely. And he said 13 through 17, take a look, and I took a gander, and I was very
he went on a
impressed.
heater.
Yep.
Yeah, normally, like I said, I'm good at match play because my handicap is usually 3 holes.
I don't think you understand.
But I don't think I had a par yesterday.
Are you serious?
No, you did.
Did I? I didn't think I had one par.
You need to be part, so. I fired a tidy little 89, which is about right for me.
Yeah. Well, and what's your handicap?
13.5. Going up, though.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see how it all plays
No,
out.
you couldn't be more correct about that. Your thoughts are welcome. 314-881-TMA5. EDF Engineer Design Facilities text inbox. If you are interested in working with the great people at Engineer Design Facilities, you can email them at fire@edf-rg.com. And now you're working with a loyal sponsor here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After, and that's Engineered Designed Facilities. Fire@edf-rg.com is where you should email if you have visibility to your property or your company's commercial fire alarm panel and system. Check them out anytime at edf-rg.com, the official commercial fire alarm services and solutions provider of TMA. They are Missouri and Illinois preferred full-service vendor for licensed and certified professional servicing, monitoring, and testing for fire alarm services and systems, fire suppression systems, fire alarm system monitoring services, tenant improvements and construction, and security access and monitoring services. Engineered, designed facilities, EDF, Engineered Designed Facilities. And what you should do is think about it. Who paid for Iggy at Glen Echo? That's from the 314. The same person who paid for me. And Jackson, for that matter.
Who's that?
Mark Milton.
Oh,
Best in the business.
He is great.
Well, I'm sure they enjoyed yesterday on Pepper and Genie when I think I ended by saying, and I am playing golf at Glen Echo today. I'm going to pick up a new driver. I'm going to pick up fish. And guess what? I won't pull a dime out of my pocket.
Oh, God!
I felt that was the good
Oh, my God!
Let's just rub our faces in it.
Well, 'cause I know for some reason, they make it their business to see how much money I pay for things. So.
Now, do you get to keep the driver?
I don't know. I'm just trying it out.
Okay.
I mean, I still have my Epic, or I gave that to PGA Pro Dan. So if I don't like this, I'll just take my Epic back. But I like it. I mean, it's just when I hit it square, I get 30 more yards out of my drive. So.
Well, you're a power pack of a guy.
Oh. No, not really.
You're a little ball of muscle. You look. If there was any physique I would compare to yours, it would be Tyler O'Neill's.
Oh, yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Maybe Tatum O'Neil.
Oh.
I'd take it, though.
Doug, you ever watch that Love Story?
I believe I did.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
She wasn't in that, was she?
Or was that?
That was Ally McGraw and
Ryan
O'Neil.
Farrah Fawcett.
Tatum O'Neil did a movie with.
Yes, but she was on set.
I don't think so. Tatum O'Neil was in what?
Bad News Bears.
But she was in a movie with Richard.
And so was Corey Feldman, who was in Goonies.
He was in what now?
Goonies.
Duty.
Goodies.
Duties.
Josh
Goonies.
Brolin.
Josh Brolin was in there.
Oh, okay.
Goonies. They had a reunion this past weekend.
Oh, did they?
They did.
I don't know what the name of the movie was. Maybe Jackson could look it up. If you
Paper
just
Moon.
No, if you type in Richard Burton, Tatum O'Neil.
Dick Burton.
And he was still in his prime. Richard Burton, still married.
Circle
to
of Two.
Liz Taylor.
Maybe.
I
think
Richard Burton
yes.
and Tatum O'Neil were in.
Yeah, she got topless in that. In front of Richard Burton.
Like one time I shot like a cuckold scene with like my dad and my brother, and that was a lot of fun to shoot.
Well, it wasn't a cuckold scene, but I think at the time she was like portraying a 19 or 20-year-old girl, and Richard Burton was like 60-something.
May-December romance.
Yes, that's the only movie I can remember. But
She was married to John McEnroe.
Yes.
She was for a short period.
He was a banty little rooster, Doug?
Oh, gosh. Yeah, he kind of defined it.
The bantiest.
Hello?
Mike?
Yes, go talk.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Absolutely.
Hello?
We'll let him talk.
Mike.
Talk. A little impatient there.
God, you didn't let him say anything. Anyway, that's Tatum O'Neil.
All right. How'd you get off on that? Because you look so much like Tyler O'Neil.
Yeah, you said Tyler O'Neill. I said more like Tatum O'Neill.
Right, that was it.
I don't have no muscles.
I don't have no
Get that off. Snag that audio if you would. Kind sir.
I just really have no vocabulary.
No, you got.
It's kind of embarrassing that I cuss a lot, which usually shows your ignorance.
Well, so you're feeling kind of bad about things right now.
No, I just wish at an earlier age I would have maybe studied the dictionary and just came up with new words and put them in my vocabulary on a daily basis.
That's a good little exercise for someone who's getting older.
Thesaurus is what you really
pick a word or two from the dictionary every day and try to work that into regular conversation. Any chance that might happen?
I've been doing that recently. I weaved in the word crapulence a few weeks ago.
Oh, did you?
Very proud of myself.
Look at you.
Yeah.
But you were stumped by the word cajoled.
Yeah. Let me
Brought the show to a screeching halt.
I don't know what that means.
We couldn't even.
Would you like to define it?
Cajoled. I think it's like you convince someone.
Yeah.
You talk to them and convince them about something.
Really? Because don't you Siamese twins are cajoled?
Conjoined. No, conjoined.
Oh yeah, we
I
need
thought it was
that.
conjoined.
We need that thesaurus.
Conjoined.
Persuade to do something.
That's why I thought it meant connected.
Yeah, no, persuade.
Doug, it's a good time to have some bourbon right now.
Right.
And maybe, actually, why don't we just go with whiskey instead? You know, there is a difference.
Well, sure.
Tullamore Dew. Tullamore Dew Toast. Here's to making a big whiskey in a small town, to keeping your feet on the ground and your eyes on the prize, to the fan pinners in our lives, not to the likes in our phone, to a genuine toast to over 1,000 hot guys. I mean, high fives. Tullamore Dew, Irish whiskey, the world's most popular, least famous Irish whiskey. It is the appliance discounter's 8 o'clock hour here on 105.7 HD2 FM. The Potted Plant Appliance Discounters, your hometown appliance source featuring major brands like GE. Coming up at 10 o'clock, Action Jackson and I will be on Balloon Party, also known as Moron Sports. Now, Jackson thinks it's Moron Sports, but I think it's like Moron Sports.
Oh, Moron Sports.
And Dan McLaughlin will be joining us to talk about the Cardinals and Mets getting together for a Mets or Pond Scum kind of series. Looking forward to talking that over with him. He was on the call of the Fun and Games yesterday at Busch Stadium, so we'll talk it over with Dan McLaughlin coming up. And I was texting with him this morning, Jackson. I think we might do 10:20 today so we can spend a little more time with him.
Sounds good to me.
So Dan McLaughlin will be with us to talk about the brawl coming up on 101 ESPN. And then, of course, you have Pepper and Jeannie, the wrap-up show. Any business ideas today, Plowhawk? Or what are you guys thinking today?
Oof.
I want to come up with, just think about it,
Porn
maybe
names?
2 or 3 porn names you would use if you were getting into the business. Maybe what you would use for your OnlyFans. Maybe if I got into porn, what name would I use? Come up with some names.
You're not going to do that, are you?
Yeah, we're going to do that today.
I mean, go into porn.
A little late for that.
I don't know.
If I'd had the chance in my 20s, I probably would have.
Would you?
Oh, I definitely would have.
And you think you'd look back and regret it now?
It's kind of hard to say. I didn't do it. I don't regret much in my life.
Well, why do you think you did not get the call?
I didn't think about it.
Oh,
I was enjoying myself in Bermuda and, didn't think about being a porn star.
Yeah. Well, or you could have been, I'm sure.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Jennings just texted me, and he said, 3 weeks from today, I get to ride and sit next to the coolest chick I've ever met. That's what Jennings just said.
Oh, yeah? Is that right? Lisa Ann?
Lisa Ann will be here 3 weeks. Doug, we're 21 days from the Michelob Ultra presentation of the Dotem.
Yes. Yeah. And the party at Maggie O'Brien's.
The night before, May 18th, the after party at your house.
In the Barnoff area.
That's correct.
Right.
Are you really having people over?
Yes,
Hell no.
So if you don't, I may open my patio if people want to come over.
Ooh. That's what, like 3-4 minutes away from Maggie O'Brien?
Not that far.
25
15,
minutes away.
15, 20.
Yeah, but the juice will be worth the squeeze.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the scene? Doug, are you going to drive there and then go back to your place, or would you just spend the night at Iggy's?
Oh, I'd just spend the night there, I'm sure. Because, if it's a wild partier that I am, I couldn't get back in a car. I'm sure I'll be
I got a king-size
15
bed.
beers deep by 2 in the morning.
Lampshade on your head.
You'll fit.
I tell you what.
You got a chandelier? I'd be swinging from that thing.
Oh yeah. See, me and Madison, we just we bought our Dixie Stampede tickets for. We're going up to Branson after the Dotem.
Oh, are you really? That night?
To decompress.
I've never been.
What a life you lead.
Going to Dixie Stampede, and I think I'm pretty excited about it. Looking at the videos and reading about it.
You know what? You'll actually enjoy that. The shows down there are actually pretty good. You don't think they're going to be because, well, it's Branson. But when you get there, it's all very professional. Very professional, and it's really pretty good.
Is that a restaurant thing? Where you eat dinner while you're watching cows?
It's a dinner
crap?
theater. Am I correct on that?
I don't know.
I might find out for you.
I think so. There's nothing like eating dinner and smelling manure.
I don't.
I like
Most of
fresh
those
vibes.
places aren't dinner theater. Most of them are just theaters.
Oh, no, sorry, Doug. It's extravaganza, joining horse stunts, musical productions, and special effects with a home-cooked dinner.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
Okay.
Dolly Parton.
Well, no wonder you're going down there.
It's Dolly Parton Stampede.
Oh, I thought it was Dixie Stampede.
Dolly P.
It used to be Dixie Stampede. She's just buying everything now.
You know, Dollywood she's got.
Yeah, I didn't go there. I was in Pigeon Forge.
She's a very cool
Gatlinburg.
person, Dolly Parton.
Oh, best.
She's been around a long time, and actually looks better
looks
the
good.
older she gets.
I think I read a story. When she went to like business meetings and talking to record execs or whatever that never met her before, she'll like sit down and give them 2 to 5 minutes of just staring at her breasts, and then they start the conversation. So she said it just gets the distractions out of the way. Yeah, I thought that was really funny.
Yeah, it's probably sexist now. I bet you can't do that now.
I don't think that was a recent quote.
Yeah, you got away with that 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That's funny nowadays. Nope.
She's
Someone's
the
a victim.
She's the godmother to Miley Cyrus.
Did you know that, Doug?
I didn't know
What?
that. No.
Miley Mile.
Mm-hmm.
We are in the Michelob Ultra Studios. Michelob Ultra. Let me take a look at this light right over my left shoulder. Michelob Ultra, 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs. The sponsor of the Fan Page Club Championship, the bracket right in front of me over the Plowhawk shoulder if you're watching on YouTube, the Michelob Ultra Fan Page Club Championship, and then the Dotem. 3 weeks from today, as Jennings noted in his text. Lisa Ann in town, Doug. 2 days of golf. I'm trying to think how many holes in one I will have on number 5.
How many par 3s are there?
Well, I'm just teeing off on number 5.
Okay.
DraftKings has 3.5.
3.5 holes in one on the
I
over-under.
think that's a good number.
I think it's the right number. I think 2.5 you get too many over bets, and 4.5 you get too many under bets.
Yeah, 3.5 that honey hole, because 3 is hard. I mean, 4 is a challenge, but I mean, you look at
My ball flight right now.
yeah, it may not be the compression
how it
that
brings
he
rain.
wants, but that ball flight, ooh.
Will there be an email as far as what everybody's doing? No, I'm serious because I've had Learn ask me what she's doing. I just saw Courtney at the break. She goes, "Am I playing in this Dotem thing?" So there's a lot of people asking what they're going to do, and I said, "Yeah, I think they have spots held for the Hubbard staff that want to play." So, I mean, I can come to a meeting, but I don't know if they're going to send an email and say, "Here's what's going on." You know.
Mark Hanna's bringing me some snacks. I'm playing on, I think, a hole 13 or a hole 12.
Really?
I'll be on that one, yeah. Hansy asked me what kind of snacks I liked, so that'll be a good little hole I'll be on. So I love Hansy.
It'll be great.
EvergreenSTL.com is where you can find the great Mark Hanna. Evergreen Wealth Strategies. Design Air is the sponsor of our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today online at designairservice.com. Doug, you didn't think your home could ever get as cool as Design Air Heating and Cooling has made it. The great Seth Goldcamp and his staff, designairservice.com.
Yeah, I always had problems with that second floor. And the third and fourth floors as well were too hot. And main floor, too cold. So Seth came out and evened it out.
Look at
Put the booties right on and figured out a way, moving the vents and calibrating the air conditioner just right. So now the cool air goes up top. I don't even worry about it anymore.
How about that?
Yeah, that's great.
Yep, that's what Design Air Heating and Cooling can do for your home. Work with Seth Goldcamp, Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com. The Missouri House representative who was the champion of the bill that got passed through the Missouri House but died in the Senate earlier this morning or late last night, is going to be on our show in the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. So we'll find out the status of Missouri sports gambling directly from a Missouri House rep. Doug, this is the show of record.
I would think so, yeah.
It's where people running for office or people who hold office go to reach the most people. HD2.
Yeah, politicians and their handlers are lined up by the dozens to try to get on.
That's right.
And usually we're talking about topics so important that we just haven't got time for like national security issues or anything like that.
That's correct.
But fortunately, we were able to get to Iggy and the Plowhawk regretting not getting into adult earlier. And so we cleared up a little space in the appliance discounter's 8 o'clock hour for the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour.
We do what we can for the people.
I'll be interested to get behind the scenes. That'd be kind of.
I think it was a filibuster, and I hear, well, I shouldn't say I hear because then it makes it look like I'm reading Tiger Board, that there is a guy who owns a bunch of these gaming machines in gas stations all over Missouri, and he thinks that sports betting will take them away.
Oh,
so,
it has to be some reason like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, so there you go. Yeah. Why isn't there sports gambling? Well, there's a guy who's got gambling machines in gas stations all over Missouri. So
I never see him.
And then Beer Cats is active. Good morning, guys. I'm just now tuning in. I'm sure the show has been great. Has there been any talk of all of the rain yesterday? He was right. It was moving in early. It rained so much that I got a sunburn at the baseball game. It's beautiful.
Oh, man.
Well, I think if you listen, I said it's probably moving in late, and it did, and it rained last night, so go clean off table 6.
Oh, man.
Angry Beaver reset. Angry Beaver reset. It's 9:01 in St. Louis. We will be joined here coming up momentarily by Representative Wes Rogers talking about the sports gaming bill in Missouri that died in the Missouri Senate last night. He was the champion of it in the Missouri House. That is coming up, as you would expect. A little policy discussion here in the 9 o'clock hour. It's usually when we talk policy.
I would think. Yeah.
It's porn in the 8 o'clock hour and then policy in the 9 o'clock hour. It's kind of
at any time.
You're listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Patio season is quickly approaching St. Louis, and you know that Rosalita's Cantina has the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. Rosalita's friendly staff serves up tableside guac, pilot-high nachos, a full array of classic Mexican dishes, and the most delicious house and specialty margaritas. When you're craving a marg, you know the best are at Rosalita's. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 7, and let Rosalita's cater your next event. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
Enterprise Contracting is your locally owned and operated storm damage insurance claims specialist in roofing, siding, and gutter replacement and repair. They can help evaluate your home for storm damage from hail and wind that the St. Louis area continually receives year-round. Work with the great Connor Lee at Enterprise Contracting. Give them a call and just mention the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 HD2 FM at 314-455-5000. That's 314-455-5000. This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago and I still own. And it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com.
You can get an insurance quote anywhere. Ask yourself, what is my provider doing for me? Do I have to hit prompts? Do I have to deal with chatbots? Am I put on hold? Is it always a different person? Are they local? Are they proactive in the community? Do they represent the #1 provider of auto and home insurance in the U.S.? The James Carlton State Farm team is comprised of individuals right here in your neighborhood. We are out supporting our Blues, Cardinals, Bills, and Tigers. Do something new in 22 and kick the out-of-town companies to the curb. Give us a call or go online to carltoninsurance.net. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton, State Farm.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan. I'm here with Ryan Kelly, and if there's one thing I know about you, Ryan, you keep it 100.
Man, that sounds so good. If you're VA eligible, you can buy a house with 100% financing. That means no money down. And if you want to refinance, you can cash out 100% of the appraised value. That means more money. Our interest rates are always 100 times better. If you're VA eligible, get the loan that you've earned. I'll pay for your appraisal, get you the lower rate, and close your VA loan as little as 21 days. Apply online today at HeroLoan.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Yeah, you'll be part of it this year, won't you?
I don't play golf. I've never played golf.
Yeah, you hate golf, but
I do. But I could, drive everybody around.
Yeah,
Doug?
That's what Lisa Ann does.
Just driving the golf cart's more fun than playing golf.
I agree with you.
Hey, caddy for me. I already have it.
What?
Clip that off.
Caddy for me.
Fire the other caddy. She would caddy for
Maybe I'll caddy for you have listeners that buy in and raise money.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe I can be a
2 full
celebrity
days.
caddy for some of your crazy listeners.
That actually is a great idea.
Sign
the
me
people
up.
are falling in love with you here. Not that that's surprising. Doug, the recovering alcoholic from Belleville and Webster Groves, is active.
Oh, God.
He says, "Hey, Tim, Lauren is the second person after you that has a lifetime standing reservation now at Olive and Oak and free access to my house account. She will never pay for a thing ever. My wife and I are in love." That's from the recovering alcoholic.
I love it.
How about that?
You know how hard it is to get to Olive and Oak?
Now you got a hookup.
We tried to lunch there one time, and we couldn't even get a damn...
We did.
It's so crowded.
Iggy, Lauren, and I were going to do lunch at Olive and Oak.
And you couldn't get in?
Yeah.
I don't think that's where was it? I think it was closed that day, actually.
Oh, yeah, we were walking around Webster. That's right. Yeah.
There's no way Tim's not getting in.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Iggy.
Wow.
Don't lay it on quite so thick.
Well, I'm pretty sure I could get in, too.
Not if every table's taken, you know.
Yeah, they find a place for me.
No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't. They tell you that they go down the street to the McDonald's there in Old Orchard.
They would say, Iggy, come this way.
They wouldn't rouse somebody from the table and let you in.
Iggy, come this way.
I don't know that they
come
would.
this way.
They would do a special chef's table.
To the back exit.
Wow, Learn's the greatest. Me and my sorority sisters are watching live here in Como. That's from Mudjack Mike. Doug, what a unique name for a gentleman who's...
And he got into a sorority, which is good. But everybody's gender fluid these days.
Inclusive.
Guys, Learn's water tumbler has sunflowers on it. Is this foreshadowing? That's from Ray King.
This is from my husband, actually. Sorry, guys. This is a gift, so unfortunately...
And it's just a reminder, Iggy, that she does indeed have a husband.
I do have
I
a husband.
met Tim. I know she has a husband. He's a great guy.
And he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Iggy has planted some sunflowers back in the burying grounds where he's laid to rest over his pretties.
I know. I get tagged in so many sunflower gifts.
Yeah, I know. It's just
It's
kinda
pretty,
sad. It's either that or me.
Where did that even start? I feel like you were, here, look at my sunflowers. And I was like, ugh.
Well, just like I don't know where the nervousness started. You know, Iggy's nervous, Learn's coming in.
At least jittery.
Yeah, never. But I don't.
Well, no, it started when you came in to do the podcast the first time. First time we met, really, right?
Right. Yeah.
And Iggy set it up, and you wrote out some questions.
Oh, God.
And he was walking back and forth when we could see him in the studio. And you're like, why isn't he coming in? I go, I don't know.
You were doing the podcast. The red light was on. I'm not going to barge in.
It's not like we're doing network news.
But I try to be.
But you said you had a grade school reunion with your buddy Jimmy Regan and the Boondock Saints or whatever it was.
Right.
Mickey Regan.
Total lie.
It wasn't. Mickey Regan and Jimmy Moran. The Flad Street boys. Flad Avenue boys.
No.
I just met you a few weeks before that at the Hot Shots, and I met you before that. You don't remember.
I don't remember.
It was at a concert.
You don't remember meeting
I don't.
It was a concert. I said, I was a nobody. You don't know me. I was a pretty big deal.
I see a lot of white dudes. A lot of white dudes walk up to me at concerts and are like, hey there. So it's hard to keep everybody
so
together.
Remember. But then we did the Hot Shots thing.
Yeah, and how was that for you? That was nice.
I had fun.
Yeah, I had fun too.
And I'm still upset that you, on that podcast, you blamed the smoke on me.
I did, yeah.
I went outside and smoked. Jay smoked in front
But the smoke smell came in with your clothes.
Well, I was outside smoking. I didn't smoke inside.
And that Hot Shots allows smoke. That's the one
I know,
in
but
Fenton.
I still went outside. I don't smoke inside.
Why did you go out? I mean, you could have just, your smoke was blending in with everybody else's smoke.
I didn't smoke. I went outside and smoked. Even when we do TMA Lives, you can smoke inside. I go out and smoke. I don't smoke at the table.
Smell gets on your clothes.
Well, what do you want me to do about it?
Well,
at least I'm outside. I'm not smoking in front of people that don't smoke.
Here's the thing. I grew up in a smoky household. My dad, my grandma, my dad died of lung cancer. So I cannot stand smelling like cigarette smoke.
I don't either. That's why I don't smoke in my house. It's not fair to the people that don't smoke to come to not a lot of people are coming to my house, but it's not fair for them to smell smoke. They don't smoke. So I smoke outside even though I live alone.
Guys, Ken is clearly rattled. That's from Hedonism Chuck.
God almighty. It's never going to end. And Nikki Glazer didn't help any by going on Courtney's show and said, yeah, he just seems so nervous.
Yeah, that added fuel to the fire, Learn.
Yeah,
when Nikki Glazer went from our studio to say, yeah, I felt like I was making his dreams come true, and he was so nervous, though.
Yeah.
But now we're coworkers, so you can't be nervous.
I'm never nervous.
At Andrea's Steakhouse, located in O'Fallon, Illinois, they offer hand-cut steaks that are cooked to perfection, highlighted by their famous Andrea's Brush on Steak Sauce. Come hang out and enjoy live music on Friday and Saturday, dinner and drinks on the patio, or relax like you're watching an ASMR video at the bar. All the Walrus people will drool over their handcrafted burger, made from a blend of ribeye, strip, and filet. You won't regret it. Andrea's Brush-On Steak Sauce and Andrea's House Salad Dressing can be found in local retail outlets throughout the greater St. Louis area. For more, visit us at andreas.com or call 618-632-4866.
The Dotem Golf Tournament sold out in 3 minutes. And we were as surprised as you were. But you've got one last chance to get in. Yep, it's happening May 19th and 20th at Normandy Golf Club. Brought to you by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Be listening live Monday, May 16th for Dotem updates, prizes, on-site guests, and access to last-minute foursomes. Not that kind of foursome. The return of the Dotem, brought to you by Munganis, St. Louis Acura, and Alton Toyota. Better than ever for you, our customer. And Family Golf and Learning Center. We make St. Louis better at golf. Visit FamilyGolfOnline.com. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
On KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis.
Air guitar on YouTube, Doug. Air guitar on YouTube.
And with your eyes closed, like you're really feeling it. Stop that. Okay, you didn't need to do that. Your shoulders. Can you stop playing air guitar for me, please?
I like it.
No.
I'll be going to seeing him later in the year, Eric Johnson.
Blues #1 overall draft pick.
I think he dated Aaron Andrews at one time.
The draft pick or the musician?
Draft pick.
He'll break his leg falling out of a golf cart.
He's one of my top 20 guitarists of all time.
Pretty good defenseman also.
Yeah, that was a controversial injury. What year was that, Doug?
I don't know the years, Tim.
9?
Something like that. Rounds about in there.
Plazzy, you pot me down.
Well, why does Jackson want to be potted down?
He's calling Missouri Representative Wes Rogers.
Oh, okay.
He tried to call in, but nobody was home. And so,
where's he from? What?
Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Yep. So, Doug, he is from the 2nd District.
Okay. And he's going to explain
No, I'm sorry. Lame Duck, candidate for Kansas City City Council, 2nd District, Lame Duck State Rep for Missouri's 18th District. Small business advocate, former prosecutor, Wes Rogers.
Okay.
Does Kansas City have any casinos?
Yes.
Oh, do they?
I've been there so many times, I don't remember.
I have been to casinos in Kansas City. I don't know if I was in Kansas or Missouri. I know that I was. It's a long time ago.
Yeah, I've been to Kansas City a lot. I don't remember seeing a casino.
What are you doing in KC?
That's a great city.
I know. What are you doing?
Visit friends, hang out.
Hey, he's on hold right now. You can tell him how much you like Kansas City. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our pleasure to welcome to the Ryan Kelly Morning After our Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour from the Michelob Ultra Studios. Joining us on the Steve Schmidt Kia of North County. Phone lines, Missouri Representative Wes Rogers. Wes, good morning.
Morning. How are you guys?
We're wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us. We are anxious to get your perspective on what has transpired. I think a lot of people enjoy gambling on sports. We're bullish on this thing passing, and it died last night in the Senate. What are the circumstances surrounding it?
So it died, and, we're in session now, but we're only in session for 2 more weeks. So it died, and at the soonest it's going to be next year, and, who knows after that. But so here's what happened. The bill made it out of the House with broad bipartisan support. Almost everybody voted for it. It went over to the Senate, and the short version is there's a group of people who really want video lottery terminals, which I call gas station casinos, tied together to the sports gambling. So that issue, the video lottery terminals are much more controversial than sports gambling, and when you tie the 2 issues together, it just doesn't have a path forward, and that's what happened.
What do you attribute the reasoning for those being against it to, Wes?
Being against the video lottery terminals?
Yeah.
I really don't care personally. All I really cared about was sports gambling. But what's happened, and I know Illinois got them, South Dakota's got them, a few states fairly close to us do, but if you go into these restaurants or gas stations or truck stops, you'll see what's basically a little mini casino there. And the people who don't like them, and again, this is not necessarily me, it's just, what we hear is, it's hard to regulate, so it's hard to keep kids out of there. It's hard to keep problem gamblers out of there. And so it's just hard to regulate, and people don't think that that's a great thing. Like I said, I don't really care. The practical problem we have is if we want sports gambling, we've got to do a clean bill. When you bring in something controversial like that, it kills it. That's the bottom line.
Got it. So at the outset of our conversation, as Representative Wes Rogers, who is a rep for Missouri's 18th District, is our guest, and you champion the sports gaming legislation that made its way from the Missouri House to the Missouri Senate last evening, where it died. Are you saying that this is now dead, or that there are 2 weeks for it to come back to life, or are you saying it's dead and the earliest anything can get done is next year?
It is dead. There is no path forward. We will not get sports gambling done this year. And, it was a fun issue to work on because it's a bipartisan issue. So a guy named Dan Houcks out of Warrensburg in Johnson County was the one who carried the bill out of the House. And, we worked across the aisle to get that done, and he did a great job. And unfortunately, we can't control what happens on the other side of the building. So there is no way we're going to be gambling on sports or on the football games this fall. It's not happening.
Wow.
And the guy who did the filibuster, how does that work? He just keeps talking until everyone else gives up, or how does that work exactly?
More or less, or if they realize he's serious about it, they're not going to necessarily make him go through the process. But that guy, he's been vocal. He's been active in the negotiations on all of the gaming issues for years at this point, and he's been adamant that he wants the video lottery terminals to be a part of this. He's a well-respected senior senator, and he's got the ability to basically shut the thing down if he doesn't get what he wants, and that's what he did.
Can I ask, and this may be naive, but if you're tying the video poker machines and video gambling into the sports betting, I mean, we already have casinos in Missouri where you play slot machines and you do all that already.
Right.
Why do you have to tie that into a sports betting bill where you can go in and bet on football games, hockey games, golf, whatever? It's not even the same thing.
So that's my perspective. I agree with you. I think it's insane that we weren't able to split it up and do sports gambling in one bill, video lottery and video poker in another bill. So for what it's worth, I agree with you. I will say, in gambling is in the Missouri State Constitution, and it's got to be on either the Missouri or the Mississippi River. And we can only there's only 13 licenses. That's all that exists per the Constitution. And then most of them are in Kansas City and St. Louis, of course. So that is part of it. So these video lottery terminals that are popping up, a lot of them are far away from the casinos. You're down in southwest Missouri, you're hours away from a casino. And so I think that's part of the pitch on the other side is, hey, they're doing it in the casinos, but we're not close to the casinos in certain parts of the state.
Yeah, I got to wear waders when I go to Lumiere because it's so close to the river.
Right, yeah, exactly. Well, and I'll tell you this, my in-laws live in St. Louis, and I drive across to Illinois every single weekend to bet on games, and it's just such a waste of our taxpayer resources that there are so many people like me, and it sounds like a lot of your listeners who are driving across state lines to do business.
Is there an estimate about how much money we're leaving on the table by not having sports gambling in Missouri?
There are, but they're all over the place, and part of the reason it's hard to estimate that is, I'll tell you a really good example. In Kansas City, one of the casino operators owns the Argosy Casino, which is in Platte County on the state line, and also owns Hollywood Casino, which is over by the Kansas Speedway. And I know for a fact, and this is just good business on their part, but if Kansas gets sports gambling done before us, and it looks like they're going to get it done this week, the casino plans on just busing people from Missouri to Kansas. So, it's not just the actual revenue from the betting. It's, if you and your wife go over there and you have dinner and you go shopping and you play table games and all that goes with it, the economic multiplier on this is a lot more significant than just the tax revenue directly from sports gambling.
Sure, we have that exact same set of circumstances here with people going to Illinois, as you can imagine. We are with Representative Wes Rogers here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After, and he is kind enough to join us on short notice to talk about this Missouri sports wagering legislation that died in the Missouri Senate. In your opinion, is this as cut and dried as these gambling machines that are in gas stations, restaurants, or are there other groups of people who are pushing back just because they're anti-gambling?
You know what? That's a good question, and the answer to that is, in the past, you had a lot more of the anti-gambling people just saying we don't want any expansion, period. We've reached a point where that is really toned down a lot, so there's not as much pushback as you think. We've got some Missouri conservative states, especially getting to southern Missouri, you've got some elected officials who are just flat out never going to be for an expansion of gambling, but that's a pretty small minority at this point. Really, the resistance has come from the people that just want all of the gambling legislation dumped into one bill.
Huh?
You said it would be at least until next year for this to happen. Is there any optimism that it will, or why wouldn't the same thing happen next year and the year after that and the year after that?
So we need two things. One is, we had a whole summer and a whole winter where hopefully these people who are on different sides of this can sit down and come up with some sort of compromise. And if that's the case, it's going to look a lot better. But another part is we'll have elections. So every 2 years we have a different group of, senators are elected to 4-year terms, but they're staggered. So every 2 years you get a new Senate. And if the climate's different, then maybe we'll get lucky, So we may get back to this next year. You and I are having the same conversation, asking why the heck we can't, gamble on the football games. But every year there's a new chance, and all we can do is wait and see. And on our side of the state line, at least you guys have Illinois over there. We don't have anything right now. So I've been watching Kansas really closely because I do think they will at least get it done this year.
You would think they would look in all these counties and municipalities in the state crying poor. Where we're going to get money to fix roads? We're short of money. We can't do this. We got to defund police. We don't have the funds. You pass this bill, you're talking millions of dollars.
And per the Constitution, that's millions of dollars that has to go to education. So you're taking money off. You're taking money. You're defunding the schools basically because this is money that we're just choosing not to give them. And the other part of it is, and everybody knows that everybody's gambling already. And at least in St. Louis, some of you guys are driving over to Illinois, but you still have a lot of people going through, old school bookies, and then you've got a lot of people gambling online through the Caribbean, which is just a complete joke because even if you were to actually win, good luck ever getting paid on that. What are you going to do, sue them?
Yeah, there isn't really a lot of...
something that's already happening, and it's just a pity that we're not going to bring it into the white market and make it a normal thing.
So what do you anticipate here over the next year?
So I will say, I guarantee you, within 3 years, we will get sports gambling done in this state. I thought we were going to get it done this year, and we just didn't. And I got to say, there's the House handler on this, Dan Houks from Johnson County, Missouri. He brought all of the stakeholders together in a way that has not been done before. So we made a major breakthrough this year just by him doing so much heavy lifting on this, getting people that hadn't been talking to each other to actually talk to each other. And then at least we got it out of the House this year, which we had never done before. So we're making progress. And I don't know if it's going to be next year, the year after, but we will get it done at some point in the next few years.
Okay.
I have one more question.
Oh, of course.
This could be dumb, too, but I'm sure a lot of our listeners are feeling the same way if they don't really follow politics. I know the whole point of filibusters is to get up there and just say nothing for 4 hours and the session's over. If he doesn't filibuster for some reason, you put some tape over his mouth and hide him in a corner and you take a vote, does it pass, or do the filibusters why it didn't pass?
That's kind of a hard question to answer. So, I'm in the House. So we don't have filibusters in the House. We have a time limit. When the time's up, we vote and we move on. In the Senate, we've got what's called the talking filibuster in Missouri, which is a little bit different than they do it in D.C. So if you want to filibuster, you got to stand up there and talk the whole time. And typically what happens is you've got a few senators who are on the same side of an issue, and one of them's holding the floor, or two of them's holding the floor on the filibuster, and the others are behind the scenes working out a deal. And my guess is, and I was not in the Senate, so I'm just guessing on this, is my guess is they started the filibuster, started to negotiate, and realized there's no way anybody was going to come up with a deal, and then that was that.
Yeah. There it is. Representative Wes Rogers with us here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Thank you so much for the time and the explanation as to what took place. I know our audience really appreciates the explanation, so thanks so much, Representative Rogers. We appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, and I'll see you guys next time I'm over at the Casino Queen making my bet.
There he is. Les Rogers with us here on the Steve Schmidt Kia North County phone line. So, yeah, it comes down to these gambling machines. It actually, I think what people probably, and I tweeted out a couple of things while he was talking, because I know there's a great deal of interest in this, and I would imagine, and I should say this, there's a great deal of interest in sports gambling. I don't think there's necessarily a great deal of awareness that this was this close last night. That's what I should say. So as I'm tweeting, and I'm sure some people didn't even realize that this was possibly going to get done last night. I think what also people would just assume is that it is people who are anti-gambling who were the ones who killed it. And in reality,
that's what I thought.
That actually isn't the case. It's about these gaming machines.
I actually thought it would get passed when it goes through the House very easily. Then you figure, okay, well, it's going to get passed. Everybody voted for it. That's not the case.
No, it's the people already in the gambling industry that are standing in the way. But if you want to place a bet on any kind of game right now, I wonder how many people can't do that really, or do you actually have to drive to Illinois to place?
You can't. So I mean, as somebody who does occasionally, certainly, I'm not like freaking out, degenning on it. What I can tell you, a couple different things from an offshore standpoint, it is. You can get paid, but it is not as simple as just money coming in and out. Like if you were, wagering in, Illinois on FanDuel, for example. It's a whole process. It's, you don't have to get it via Bitcoin, but that's the easiest way. A lot of that is poker for me. Yeah. I don't play that much, but that's how I get my money. And then if you're wagering on an offshore site, which is what he's making reference to with the Caribbean, or just your neighborhood bookie, which at this point are all using the same software, the lines are not necessarily, I don't know, they're just not real favorable, and you can't line shop. The people who are really successful with sports gambling, and they are few and far between, but they don't just take the first line that they find. They shop the lines because a half point can mean the world. And so that limits your opportunity. And what I personally like, and I think I've had the most success in, is live betting. And you just can't really live bet effectively. You can, but again, you're having to use an offshore, and then the local bookie doesn't have the software that.
Bovada's offshore, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So, it's these gambling machines. That's the reason. It is not a case of people who believe you're going to hell if you gamble. That's in the past, which is nice that that's in the past, but there's still an issue, and it's still not here in Missouri. And I think almost not every state, but a lot of the states bordering Missouri are going to have it or already have it.
You go over to, we used to do back in the day, not long ago, 4 years ago, we did a show every Friday from Top Shooters in Columbia, Illinois. And there may be 5 people at the bar. There's 45, 50 people at the gaming machines they have there because they're legal there. And they're just all crowded around these things playing. And they say it's like that every place that has these, they're so popular.
I went to the gas station this morning, right by my house on Kings Highway. They have them there. There are people there gambling at 5:30.
Those are the video lottery terminals he's talking about?
I don't know how much more difficult it would be to regulate. If the gas stations want them there, then they should have to pay an extra employee, a pit boss, I guess you would say, just to monitor IDs, make sure everybody's on the up and up, and just make sure, nobody's overdoing it or anything like that. I think that's easy to regulate. There's only like 3 machines, typically, 3 or 4 machines. It's, it's not like a whole room set up with 50 or 60 machines, so I think it would be easy to regulate. I just think the gas stations have to fork up the money for the extra employee.
Petromart now hiring cashiers and pit bosses.
Well, it's a Conoco. But nonetheless, I think that's an easier fix than...
Well, you can buy lottery tickets at every gas station you go into now.
Yeah, but that's a game of skill.
It isn't a game of skill.
They're a least game of skill in the world.
Tim, I shipped Jordan Spieth a couple weeks ago and was able to cash out with Bitcoin from Bovada and send it straight to my Cash App account. And I bought Doug a new belly button ring. It's from Mr. Slade.
I never got it. Never got it.
Yeah, he never made that bet either, so you're even.
Okay. I thought for sure he made the bet.
Guys, every rural gas station had machines. It's the saddest thing I see on a daily basis. That's Steve, and he's in Wildwood at the moment.
Oh.
Like I said, 5:30 in the morning, they're pulling the levers, and it's tough to watch that.
It is kind of sad. Don't you suppose those are mostly people that don't make much money at all and trying for a big hit, trying for
Very
their one
similar
chance?
to, lottery tickets and the pick'ems, and the things like that. Usually you see that.
Guys, the lobbyist for the gray machines is boys with the governor. They have a bit of a monopoly now and don't want to share the revenue. That's from Arbor Day.
Yeah, like you said, it's going to take another election where some of these guys are voted out and you have a majority.
I sensed that when he said it will be a guarantee that we'll have it within 3 years. Guys, I live in Tennessee, and sports gambling was legalized here last year. Don't hear of the machine issues, and it's been pretty successful, although this is the Bible-thumping South, and then it just went away. I don't know. The text just ended then. Also, this is the Bible-thumping South, so.
He didn't get to the other end of it.
It's a great tease.
Yeah, we're just supposed to draw our own conclusions, I guess.
Yeah.
The other thing, too, is just not online gambling. If they pass this bill that you can bet on sports, there are companies, especially like Portnoy and Barstool, they just wait for a state to approve this. Then they go move in and they open a sports book. So you're going to have people that opening companies in your state. You're going to have people that have to work there. So it's a ton of revenue. I guarantee if Missouri would have passed it, Portnoy would have been here within a month saying we now have this Barstool Sports book open in St. Louis, and he's going to be here opening it. That's what they do.
He'd probably open in Kansas City, though. Not St. Louis.
Well, maybe one of each.
Well,
maybe.
Somebody'd open one here.
Both of them. Denzel Washington, he got game. The live betting aspect is probably the best aspect of gambling in Illinois, and they just recently allowed for bets to be placed from electronic devices. It really is the bee's knees. That's from Nathan from the east side of Alton.
Okay.
Weren't there a couple of stadiums that did that, where you could do it on the back of your seat? That had the state that had gambling, they put them on the back of the seats, like in football games, and you could live bet from the back of your seat.
I was unaware of that.
I thought it might have been in New York or maybe Boston. That during a football game in the back of your seat, and like the luxury suites, you could just put in a credit card and you could say, okay, -6 at the half. And you're making bets while the game's going on.
Beer Cat says every gas station, grocery store, bar in Illinois has these machines. They are jam-packed all the time. Sports betting doesn't seem to have any impact at all. That's from Beer Cats.
Okay. I thought he was at the Angry Beaver downtown.
He's live streaming.
I'm sure they have a couple.
Well, are those big money makers for the state? They must be.
Well, I think his point is that if you had a sports book open and gambling was legal, you're not going to take away from
Yeah, you could do both. But are we getting a lot of tax dollars from the video lottery terminals? I imagine so.
Oh, I think so. Not as much as you would from a sports book.
Well, it's New York, not New York. That's from the 618.
Oh, you knew what I meant, though, didn't you?
Did you say New York?
I think I said New York.
All right.
Mr. Slave has just sent a screenshot of his. He bet $575. Mr. Slave balls so hard. Look at this guy, Doug.
What did he bet on?
Jordan Spieth to win, $575.
Okay.
Look at him.
To win what? He had to probably be 20 or 30 to 1.
Oh, the account was plus 575.
So he bet $10.
Okay, so he doesn't ball that hard, really.
He balls.
Well, either way, it's $575, and I tip my cap. That would allow me to pay half of what I owe Mark Milton from yesterday.
Is it Mr. Slave? Have we met him?
Both you guys are paying Milton?
I think so. No, I told Jackson, don't worry about it. Jackson offered to chop it up.
Milton's going to be dangerous in the tournament.
Doug, he's a dangerous 20. He was, of course, 23 yesterday.
Hit the ball a long way. Big guy.
Yeah.
Hits the ball a long way.
Gateway suits his style of play as well. He's a bomber.
Well, I'm not gonna take any money from my coworkers. You guys just take what you owe me. Don't count that, and then split up and pay Milty. Save yourself some money.
Well, I am paying Mark.
Okay. Jackson paying?
I told Jackson not to worry about paying.
Okay.
I'll take care of it.
And someday when Jackson's making a bunch more money than I am, Jackson will pay the bet, Doug.
Oh, okay.
That's how it'll work.
I see him being an executive
Hey, I think, Jackson, what do you want to be, an executive?
at Ronnie's.
At Ronnie's.
He's gone
Oh,
now.
yeah.
He's already left
He's
to take
out.
a position.
I potted him down to call.
He's updating his LinkedIn account.
My bad, Jack. He would have said something to me in my ear if he needed.
Jackson, have you seen my nurse?
No, he's not there.
He just left. He went home.
I think he might be in the bathroom.
If you're not going to let me talk.
Do you think it's a recreational?
Well, that single bathroom just opened up, so you got to take a joyride.
You
Joyride?
Well, I've been down for like a week, so.
Well, how about you wait till you get home to do that?
Oh, not even close. I'd maybe took a little thumper today.
Well, you should be able to wait that long. Get yourself regular.
I think that is regular.
Not at work.
Well,
if you're doing it at work, you're not regular.
What if you started your regular process pooping at work?
That's the poor process. This is something you handle at home.
No, I like our bathroom.
Look, if you got to go, and I'll wait till I get home, and then all of a sudden you start to crown in the car.
Crown in the
Don't say
car.
crown.
Crown in the
Get
car.
control of your bowels.
Prairie dog in the car.
Prairie dog is the appropriate term, I think.
You're really that unable to control
I haven't
yourself?
had that problem. I can see where some people might.
Yeah, if it's an emergency, that's different.
Well, that's
If
what I
you're
said.
sick and
Sometimes
it's
you
an
can't hold
emergency.
it.
But how often does that happen?
Well, if it happens once, that's more than you think it should happen.
Well, once in a blue moon. Once in a period of years.
I'll eat more bran.
Brian?
Or brawn. Brian.
Brawn.
Brian.
I'm uneasy knowing my girlfriend still lives at her mom's, and with her ex-boyfriend living there too. She swears nothing is going on with them.
Well,
this is the arrangement that we had in place when we started dating.
God.
She says he is living with her mom to save for a deposit on a house, and that she and her ex split 6 years ago. But we all know romantic feelings can linger and ignite again. She admitted he sometimes chills in her room at night with her. This makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, I would think.
I'm all uncomfortable.
And I am thinking about breaking up with her.
Yeah.
I am 35 and she's 33.
32, 30.
You're also a cuck.
Does he say that? Does he say
He
that?
hasn't gotten there yet. We've been together for 6 months. She only came clean about it when we had been dating for a month.
Yeah.
She has offered to move out from her mom's because she can see how it's affecting me. She's suggesting she move in with me, but I feel it's too soon. Deidre has an example of a response. It's a tough situation and potentially risky for you. If he is living with her, he's not really her ex. Exes have different addresses. Either they are having separation issues where one secretly hopes to reconcile, or they can't be bothered to move on. Find out how long the current arrangement will continue and then make it clear what your limits are. It wouldn't be unreasonable to say you don't want him to spend time in her bedroom anymore. Could she share with a friend or rent a room somewhere? Doug, that's what we have. Nope, no support pack for this one.
When my mom does simple things like washing my hair or washing my body, it makes me feel comforted.
Okay.
There's the couple.
I hope I'm never in a situation where I have to rent a room. Just one room. And that's your home? Just
That
a
doesn't
room?
happen anymore. You got a room for rent? Well, she said she'd move out of her mom's house. What more do you want? And then it's too soon for you. So you're the loser in this. You think she's having sex with her ex? She says, I'll move out, moving with you. It's too soon. It's been 6 months.
Why would the ex be there anyway?
Who's the male and female? Is the ex the male?
Yeah, the gender assignments were confusing.
Because, like, I was trying to follow it, and I just couldn't. I thought the guy's mom was staying with the girl, and they started a lesbian relationship. But that makes
That's
more
what they were
sense
getting
now
at.
that it's...
Who's the cuckold victim in this scenario?
They're all cucks. It's
The mom?
Everybody's a
Even
cuck.
the mom is a cuckold?
Well, when they were staying there, that was the original arrangement. So at that point in time, the mom's on the outside looking in.
Is that right?
So she was the cuck. And now the daughter is now the cuck.
Is she?
The mom's not cucked. How's the mom cucked?
Well, she got it
wanted,
bad.
if she wanted her daughter's boyfriend, and probably did peer in from time to time.
Oh, you're just making assumptions.
And may have been berated.
There's no story, there's no sexual background to how many times they had sex where, but I would assume they had sex several times at the mom's house.
Well, unless the mom was berated while she peeped in.
She very well could have been.
I don't know,
Get
me and
out,
you have
lady.
different ones when it comes to. I don't think berating is the end all be all of the cuck. I think there's a lot of different factors in there.
Well, I don't think a mom can be cucked.
Doug, do you feel like a mother?
We
can be
just
cucked?
saw a perfect example of it happening.
Not in this situation. The daughter's got no place to stay. She's staying there. I don't know how this ex got in there. I don't know how the mom said, "Oh yeah, he can stay too." How many bedrooms are in this place?
Well, probably 2, 3.
Probably 1.5 bath.
Well, if you're so
I think
upset
so.
she's living with an ex and her mom, and she offered to move in with you after 6 months, and you're obviously not ready for this relationship, so just get out. There's my advice.
This is the furious typing going on.
These are it's so hot take that like Jackson trying to keep up.
I guess that's what that is.
Jackson and I will be on 101 ESPN here in about, Doug, what do you think, 21 minutes?
About 21, yeah.
21 minutes. Jackson has requested that we end this presentation.
No, we're good.
Oh, we're good now?
Yeah, I got everything.
You got everything.
Want to end it now?
You want to get out early?
No.
For Pepper and Genie? You can go longer on Pepper and Genie. P&G as it's now known.
I got nothing to do today.
I got a lot to do.
We can promote tomorrow's show. Come here tomorrow at 8:30. Tim Meadows will be in studio.
How about that, Doug?
Well, you have to fix that mic. I gotta check that out.
Which mic? The cuckold mic?
Yeah, the cut corner has had an issue with the mic.
Yeah, 'cause
Okay.
I may have one question or two. You guys can handle it. I can sit back there.
Well, no, we need you right in the middle of it all.
Tim Meadows, that's a great guest booking, Iggy. Tip of the cap.
I saw he was in town, and I have kind of an in to the where he's at.
Where's that?
What's the one in the Galleria?
Oh, yeah.
Comedy Club.
Helium Club?
Helium. Yeah, I usually reach out to Meredith, and he's a big guest, so I kind of figured he would be on the Rizzuto show. So I just asked Meredith, I said, is Tim available to come in the studio when he's in town? And she said, let me check. And I told her, knowing that probably Riz asked, I said, just to let you know, we are now at Hubbard Radio in the same building as the Riz show and Casey and everybody else. She said, I do have him coming in the Riz show at 9 o'clock. Can you do earlier? And I reached out to Riz because I don't want to do anything with their show. And I said, I have a chance to get him in earlier, like 8:30. Do you mind if we have him on? And Riz was great. He said, no, as long as he's in here by 9, I'd love for you guys to have him on. So
God bless.
He has a great cameo in Semi-Pro.
Oh my gosh, yeah, he's really good. Is he the same one? Was he in?
he did Saturday Night Live when he did The Ladies' Man.
The Ladies' Man.
He was in that one parody of Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story.
Yeah,
He's
John C. Reilly.
really good in that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tim Meadows is super funny.
He's going to be in our studio tomorrow, Doug. How about that?
Okay, yeah, that'll be nice.
I want to ask him about Semi-Pro. Me and my friends watched that maybe 100,000 times growing up.
I asked Ric Flair a question.
Went poorly.
Yeah.
But this guy Tim Meadows will be in studio, not on the phone, so he can hear me.
Yeah, it's awkward when you ask a question. They just move right on.
That was the first question I've ever asked in an interview while producing this show, and it was with probably the most famous wrestler of all time, and he just stiff-armed me.
Yes, he sure did.
Moved right on. What did he say? You
hear
guys
you.
ever heard of Mark Madden or whatever the hell he said?
He didn't hear you.
He did say that.
They can't hear you.
I know. That's how I found out they couldn't hear me. And it's a hard way to learn.
Well, you come in here tomorrow, and I'll go into the. I'll go in there.
You
can come
have
in
to
here.
have a degree from Ledoux.
I'll let you ask questions.
You have to provide some sort of degree or degree equivalent from Ledoux to come in here.
Well, then I'll go in the kitchen.
Degree from Brentwood won't work.
I'm just giving you the option. I'm giving you the chance to come in here and hang out with Tim Meadows and ask questions because
How
you
about that?
watch more movies than I do.
Things are happening.
And I'll just go hang out in the kitchen.
This feels like part of a pout almost.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious. Jackson always has to be in his little cubby hole. When we had Nikki Glazer in here, he was stuck in there. When we had, who else came in here? When Learn was here, he was stuck in there.
Nikki Glazer?
I think I said that.
Pepper and Genie coming up.
So, I mean, with Tim
odds.
Warren,
Very
pretty
much
big-
at odds.
Pretty big star. I mean, I want you to come in here,
Well, I appreciate it.
and I'll just go hang out in your studio.
Yeah, Jackson, look at that. Come on in. The Michelob Ultra Studios. The water's warm.
That'd be great.
Perfect.
You sunk a crucial putt on number 9, and this is your reward.
Here's your reward.
What a day. I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah, things are happening now on this show, Doug.
I'm a team member.
Look at that.
Team player.
And a member.
Yeah.
I'm still a member. And a player.
Design Air Heating and Cooling email today is coming up in a matter of moments. Would you like a 50% off
your swing analysis?
Yes, I would.
Okay. Well, here you go. Go to Family Golf. Boy, I'm sitting there, Doug. Do you think that I should hit off the grass now instead of the mat? I mean, Iggy, you've seen the new move and how we're just really not. The ball striking with the irons isn't where it needs to be. Does the mat not accurately represent as well? No,
It's so easy to hit off a mat. You're not going to know if you're compressing or not off a mat. Because you can hit behind it on a mat, and the club will just.
Well, good news.
smooth
Family
right
Golf
through the
has grass tees. They have grass tees, so you got that option if you want it. I've been hitting off the mat. They got double decker there, and they got grass tees, and they've got a beautiful new short game area. It's going to be opening up soon. It is incredible. It's online at Family Golf Online. And you can mention TMA to get 50% off a swing analysis. Family Golf and Learning Center, a premier golfing facility for all abilities and ages. Some really good people there. I think I truly am there like 4 times a week. Player practice on one of their TrackMan simulators, or improve your short game in their indoor training room. Scoring lab. I take my son up there, so it is indeed family friendly. I love doing it. He likes hitting balls off the top deck, and it is super fun. So check out Family Golf at familygolfonline.com. And remember, TMA listener, let them know you're a TMA listener. You get 50% off a swing analysis. How do you do?
That's a lot. That's half off.
Think about that.
Yeah. I may go today.
You really might?
Well, it's going to be raining outside, so I'll go in there.
Do you want to mess with your swing, though, when you're only 3 days away from seeing Mark Cooper on that number 1 tee?
I just want to figure something out. I mean, I think it's only 1 or 2 things. Is for either my position at the top.
Doug, did you see anything wrong with his position at the top?
Well, I think that's probably the problem. Your position
It's a little steep. It's not back. It's a little steep. And squaring up the face. Those are 2 things that if I do it, I hit the ball like I did 3 or 4 times.
That 102 becomes 62.
Right up with you guys. I'll go out to Family Golf.
There you go. See Adam Betts.
Yeah,
See
that would
Adam
help. That would help your game.
Think about it. All right, what do you think now that you've thought about it?
I'm going.
Dear Iggy, you owe me 2 more mentions. Thanks. That's from PGA Pro Dan. Also, Steve in Wildwood.
Oh, I don't.
Well, you got that club.
He's a friend. It's not free.
Oh.
If I like it, I'm going to buy it. That's why he still has my Epic.
You don't ever really have to buy it, though. You don't pay for golf.
Well, I do buy it. So if I like it, I'm going to buy it.
So how long will you take it for a spin? Test drive.
Well, if I don't like it, I give it back and they sell it as a demo. Where do you think demos come from? Where do you think you buy a demo from?
Doug, where do you think they come from?
I don't know.
Demo it, and if they don't like it, it goes back and they sell it for a demo.
Where do babies come from?
Demos?
Yep. That's correct.
So all the clubs are probably demos, right? You play with them for a year or so, and then you give them back?
What's that?
Nerd?
I said all the clubs in your bag are probably demos, and you play for them for 6 months, a year, and then you give them back. So I didn't like these. And then they bring in more.
No, I paid for my M6. I got a discount, but I paid for my M6.
Oh, did you?
Well, I got a discount because I like, Dan likes me, and I like him. He takes care of his friends.
All right.
Like if I owned a sandwich shop and you said, and we were friends, I'm going to come in for lunch today. Go ahead, I'll take care of you. Or I'll give you a sandwich, buy one, get one free. I'm going to take care of my friends.
Well, a sandwich is $5 or $6. A golf club is
it's an
500.
example.
Hey, there's Moon in the background. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see Moon.
Hey,
Isn't that
Moon.
Moon?
I must go on Patrico. He's been wearing a dress all week.
Really? Those punishments are. Today he's wearing like the baggiest shorts and the tightest shirt I've ever seen.
Yeah, they're giving him
Size 48 waist.
He's giving like extra small.
And he's a size 38. He wanted that on the record, but he's wearing a size 48 waist, so his drawers keep falling down.
Yeah, he was wearing a skirt the other day. They take those punishments.
And then he's
serious.
wearing a mesh cap that says Team Bride on it from a bachelorette party.
His shirt says, I think, police wife.
Those guys are funny.
Yeah.
Why was he punished?
Iggy, why was he punished?
I don't know. I can't hear the show. I'm on here. I'll ask him today.
They do.
I'm going to see if he'll do an Instagram with me. I'm going to get to the bottom of it. Why he's wearing all this?
They do like games.
Before Pepper and Genie?
They do like these games.
Before. I got nothing to do.
Thought you were getting your swing analyzed.
After that, I got plenty of
Plow
time.
said he has a busy day. Plow, what do you have going on?
I got 3 Salt and Smee commercials to cut up.
Oh, how do you do? Tom.
Sick.
Yep. And I love Tom because he give me a lot of leeway, but also it's more time consuming to make sure you pick the right drop, music bed in the background.
Is that right?
Having Munganis detail my Madison's car for one of her graduation presents. Her van was definitely needed for a nice clean, so they're picking that up. Then I'll drop the rental car off this afternoon. Still got to do cuts and drops, things like that. So, it's productive, busy, but, not hard. Just good old-fashioned fun. I love cutting up Tom Salt and Smoke commercials.
I like that, Tom.
Well, sure.
Oh, I love
Man, I could use some of that brisket.
Me, too.
Oh, what about those brisket toast ravioli?
Bologna and cracker, man.
I could use some of that pork, pig boy.
Maybe somebody will bring food in tomorrow.
Nice.
For now.
I think the Villaggio's talking about it, actually. Those burgers from the Villaggio. Forget about it, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Forget about it.
Okay, let's forget about it.
All right, fine. Let's do the design, air, heating, and cooling email of the day. You were married to a man a year ago and lactating. We met so I could buy your milk many times and had some fun, too, but it freaked me out when you wanted more than just to sell me milk. I only wanted your breasts and the fun that comes with your milk. But you wanted sex, and I didn't want sex. Only milk. That was a year ago. But now I miss you. I sure wish we could meet again so I can have fun again. As you know, I was generous with my fun, and you were generous with your milk. Let me know if you want to meet again. Your name was Gary, and this happened in Tampa. That comes from John.
That comes from John.
Is it like a Valley Girl accent you did at the beginning?
Yeah, I diversify my characters. I'm really excited. I'm a regular Jay Ferry.
I like that.
It's a great
Hey, boys, I've been nominated to take the L and be the poor cuck to organize Ken's 30 years in radio party. As I work out the hashtag logistics, I have some initial questions. Number one, we're looking for a venue that has enough space for walruses, but also has ample space for smokers to lurk around an entrance and throw butts on the ground. The only places I've found are either in Fenton, Safe Chuck, or bowling alleys that closed in 1985. Please advise. Number two, we also want to make sure the guest list works for Ken. So, for starters, off the bat, we know we're not going to invite Claves until he nervously begs to be invited on air. But we also want to make sure the Hoosier contingent is at a minimum. So, just to be clear, acid-washed jeans are bad, and people should be told to not wear. But oversized leather dusters that smell like Salem's Design for Women is definitely not Hoosier and should be included. Also, do salmon hats match pink three-quarter zips? Please advise. Number three, if anybody has a good address or contact info for Gail Volva, Mesfin the Baker, or Shea Bottomballer Bicklebender, please forward those to negrill111@AOL.com so we know where to send invites. That's it for now, but I'm sure we'll have more questions as we get closer to the big day we've been guilted into organizing. Thanks. Doug, what that mouth do? That's for the committee for Ken's 30 years in radio party that he incessantly has begged for on air.
I never begged for a party. First of all, I don't own a duster.
The committee for Ken's 30 years in radio party that he's begging for, or something like that.
Don't own a duster.
Bring back dusters.
And please, I like dusters. I never owned one, but please stop with the emails, man. I had deleted 100.
You don't want any more emails?
I deleted 128 emails this morning. I mean, come on.
Then they went to the Negrill account?
Yeah.
How'd you say you spelled that?
I'm joining up for every thing you can join on internet, I think.
RILL?
And 5 ones, yeah.
555.
At gmail.com.
What? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and send them there.
Doug, you know what? I just thought about it. It's been 20 years for me in June. So, Iggy, we'll have your 30th anniversary party in May, and then we'll have one for me 20th. And, Doug, it'll be 15 for you in September. And, Plowek, you furloughed yourself like 6 different times.
I'll be on 10.
And we'll celebrate that in August.
Yeah, I'll be on 10 next year, I think.
Is that right?
I think so.
Why don't we just combine them all?
And have an orgy.
President's Day.
I think
Yeah,
so.
March.
March orgy?
Well, that's when I started. Orgies are evergreen. We can do whatever we want. When?
Yeah.
We want.
I think we just have a party on your OnlyFans account.
That'd be hot.
Oh, I love that. Oh, I love
Just turn on the camera and party topless? Is that what you're talking about?
It'd be so good, man.
Just play that Michael Frank song on.
Oh, God.
None of our heads are showing, just our chests.
Right. Barrel-chested.
Guess the
manly
chest.
men.
I love that.
Beards and guts all rubbing against each other. Neurotica.
Well, I'm not voting for either of those. So.
Doug has been asking me about the similarities of the golf gin and the golf grint to gerbil racing gin and gerbil racing grint. In gerbil racing, gerbils that have explored a man's behind have grints, and pure virgin race gerbils use gins. I'm not saying golfers who use grint stick golf balls up their butts, but based on my experience, there's a high probability. Just wanted to clear it up for everyone. So, the acronym is gerbil racing are as follows. Gin, gerbils, holes in never. Grint, gerbils regularly, and naughty tushies. That's from Doug's microphone shadow.
Kind of an awkward email. Doug's microphone shadow.
Morning, guys. Listen, I don't care about nose breathing. I don't care about nose hairs. I don't care about hijackings. All I care about and all I want is for Doug to meet me in the restroom of the new Crestwood Taco Bell, lather my nips with fire sauce, and then slurp it off those boy pepperonis like he's finishing a hot fudge sundae served from a Dixie cup. Thanks, Crestwood Coyote.
Yeah, Crestwood Coyote.
Good Taco Bell.
They got a new Taco Bell there in Crestwood?
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
New, but
Fire sauce on nerps.
Finally, PSA, always clear your browser search history. My wife commented that my bush was out of control, so I told her to search Google for Manscaped to buy their new trimmer. Well, my latest search of manure fetish popped up, and needless to say, I had some explaining to do. I quickly talked my way out of it, but she continued to use my laptop to research where to get our basement waterproofed. So I suggested Stratum Structural Systems. Search history got me again when instead of Stratum, steaming man logs popped up. Naturally, when I suggested we get our knives sharpened at Burr Cutlery over there at 1927 Marconi Avenue on the Hill, my search history revealed that I had recently conducted an image search for boy brine, and the biggest embarrassment came when she attempted to search for pedicures, but the Pepper and Genie podcast showed up. She must have listened to the first few episodes because she asked, why are you listening to two gay guys talk about their past public erections, and why does the older of the two gentlemen breathe so heavily in the mic? I was unable to talk my way out of that mess, so I'll be sleeping on the couch for a few weeks. Again, I urge you, always clear your browser history. That's from the JV Golf Coach.
JV Golf Coach.
That's what we have for this Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day.
Disappointing.
Okay.
You don't like them?
Well, I'll go for the one right there at the end. The JV Golf Coach with some good advice anyway on computer usage. JV Golf Coach got my vote.
He's not passionate about this competition.
There's a clear winner.
A clear winner?
Yeah.
Just because you...
Jackson's on the payroll at Doug's microphone.
The
show.
guy couldn't even understand what he was
Oh,
talking
okay.
about. Gerbils and gerbils and blah, blah, blah.
Not DMS.
He talked about milking Doug, whoever the first one was.
John.
Bob, Steve, John. I'd vote for John.
Well, that was a poor email.
They all were.
I thought John was good too. John.
Damn it, Lucas.
Heating and Cooling email of the day.
That was the clear win.
Congratulations to John.
Not even
Doug, could John wind up winning the month of April?
I hope he wins tomorrow.
He's going to have to win tomorrow for a sudden death playoff, and based on the momentum he displayed here, he's clearly in form. You got to be in form.
Was it Ellen Foley's John?
Just John.
Okay.
There's a guy named John.
Okay, it's a common name. You'd think he'd
It was
put
probably
a last name with that or something.
Calvin May's oversized John shirt.
We are on our way down the hall to 101 ESPN.
Come and
and
get your whooping.
we'll talk it over. Pepper and Genie is going to take place here in the Michelob Ultra Studios. It's a gala, Doug. I mean, we're churning out content. That's what we're doing.
It sounds like it.
We're churning out content, 101 ESPN from 10 to 11, and then after that, just flip on over to Pepper and Genie. Any deep teas you guys want to... I know I have Dan McLaughlin come up in 20 minutes. What are you guys going to do?
Porn names and what types of porn I'd want to do if I was a porn star.
Oh, wow. I'm actually intrigued by that.
Yep.
Doug, I'll be listening.
I know Iggy got some insight on both of those items, too, so I think it'll be a good
Yeah, but you can't go wrong when you talk porn.
Yes, you can. I might miss the show
Not our
today. I'm
podcast.
not sure. Probably will miss it.
About our boners.
We may miss tomorrow's as well.
We're just going to continue to make it as gay as possible.
Why?
Scott's Wrinkled Ballsack says, Tim, let's get that Olive and Oak date going to celebrate the lot of yous. That's from Scott's Wrinkled Ballsack. Yeah, that's when we're having the orgy, right?
I just think we can do whatever we want
Again?
afterwards. I think we've been talking about the Olive and Oak date ever since you guys gave birth.
Wow.
Well,
I did.
Tim, congratulations.
Anna Marie gave birth. You were
Thank
there.
you. I was. I was half asleep when the event was about to take place.
But whenever you can get a babysitter and we can get out, I can find a date. Just give me a little leeway. It may take me a while.
Just think about after we leave Olive and Oak, we go to River City Casino and place a bet.
Oh, wow. have never been to River City.
It's fun.
And then we sleep with each other.
It's actually
Yeah, and then we'll see.
Oh, yeah, that's implied, yeah.
That'll be
nice
fun.
casino.
All right, we'll head down the hallway for 101 ESPN. Pepper and Jeannie getting ready to recap today's show and also talk about their stag careers. That's coming up. So it'll just, if you subscribe to the TMA podcast or download the TMA app, it'll be there for you here in about an hour. Same with Balloon Party for the Plowhawk, for Action Jackson, for Kenneth Iggy Strode, for my brother Kevin, for Douglas Elvin Vaughn. I'm Tim McKernan. This has been the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Get the TMA mobile app and enable notifications.